everybody, and welcome back to the internet's #1 podcast on public library recommendations. Holy rust and metal, gentlemen. This is episode 201 of the Not Funny Guys Presents Off the Reels. I'm Casey, and I'm joined by my two cohorts, Dr. John and Eric. There you are, Eric. How you doing, gentlemen? Let's talk about some Batman, shall we?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Like, you guys might notice something a little bit different, and by you guys, I mean the people watching this, hopefully on YouTube, all four of you. Hi, Eddie. We love you. We're going to test something new out for everyone.
Hi, Mom.
We are going to throw up our Batman series on YouTube for you. You'll also be able to get all of your audio listening over on regular podcast services of choice. So you can find us. I was going to say them. Not Funny Guys Presents Off the Reels. This is episode 201. You can find Eric and I over on Not Funny Guys Presents Wrestling with the Horrors of It All. Dr. John and Dr. K can be found on Not Funny Guys Thinking About Thinking. And if you really want to punish yourself, you can go and listen to Not Funny Guys Presents Not Funny Politics. We haven't recorded anything in a while over there, but you guys are still listening to it, and we love you all. Thank you so much. Now,
of course, you can also check out the rest of our regular YouTube material.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You're over here. You've already probably seen Dr. John's Red Dwarf series. And yep. Eric and I had a small little thing called One Horrible Weekend, where we were prepping to go to Halloween Horror Nights. If you just want to listen to us banter on about some horror things, check those out as well. All right. Let's get into some fun times, shall we? What have you guys been doing since the last we talked? Which, by the way, last time we talked, over on the other stuff in episode 200, we were discussing The Crow. Right?
Yes.
That was the
right,
200.
We were,
yes.
Yeah.
I was like, what episode was that? Because we did The Shadow,
man.
we did The Shadow, we did Stargate, and we did The Crow. If you're new to this, here's how we kind of work. I should go into this real fast since we're putting this up on YouTube.
Who are we?
Who are we? We're the Not Funny Guys. I'm Casey, Eric, Dr. John. So what do? We're going to talk about some movies. Think of it as like your book club, but movies, your movie club. Each week we're going to talk about a different movie. The way we kind of go is one of us gets to pick a set of movies. We did all the MCU. That's what started this. Last movie I picked was this.
It's not what started this. It's what really started the method that we did. But we had like 42 or so episodes for it.
You're right. You are correct. You are correct.
Where we were testing out different things.
Correct. I stand corrected. You are right. The last one that I picked was the Scream series. We did the Scream series, and then in between, unless we can find a logical reason to go over to carry on a series, we rolled the D. We take a dice, we roll it, and whatever category we have assigned to it, that'll be whatever we do. We rolled a 3 or whatever it was. Eric had picked 1994, so we did 3 movies from 1994. We each get to pick a movie. I did Stargate, Dr. John did The Shadow, and Eric did The Crow, and I hate you for that still to this day.
I'm not proud of it either anymore.
Glad you're not proud
but
of it.
At least we've seen it.
Yeah. Dr. John then picked the Batman movies. So to do Batman's, what was your logic behind that real fast, Dr. John?
I really kind of just, I've been chosen to revisit the Nolan films, and I thought, well, let's just do all of them.
All right. So he proposed.
Also, I've
say
not
all
seen
of
the
them.
Robert Pattinson one at all, so that will be completely new for me.
Nice. Well,
And when we say all of them, how do we mean all of them, Casey?
yes, so he had suggested we do the live action Batman movies he had said we do the Batman movies that were just Batman focused. So Batman v Superman is out. Justice League is out. Those aren't part of the grouping. Once he said that we were going to do those, and I think you had actually said we should do Batman 66 as part of your thing, right? Didn't you say Batman 66?
Yeah, John said 66. Yeah.
Right. So he had said Batman 66 because he wanted to do the theatrical ones. I said, well, if we're going to do theatrical, we need to throw in Mask of the Phantasm, and we need to throw in Lego Batman. There's still Batman
Which was
movies.
the one I really fought for.
Yep, and they were theatrical. So all of the other animated Batman movies that are out there, Batman Sub-Zero, Batman Mystery of Batwoman,
Killing Joke, The Long Night,
The Killing Joke, all of those, they are not part of this. We would need to do a whole animated run. That would be the direct-to-DVD or direct-to-video run. So that is why we're doing this. So we were going to start with Batman 66, and we're going to run all the way through the Batman, because it's the most recent one. Batman 66 above. Eric there. I'm in the Batcave. Eric has them watching over him, and Dr. John is in his office. All right. Once we finish that, we'll roll the D again. Who knows what it's going to be? Maybe I'll throw a curveball. I do that sometimes to these guys, and they have no idea I'm going to do it. And then Eric,
you had to do it to time up the Scream series, so you could force us to go see it in theaters.
Damn right, I did.
Crazy.
Damn right. Eric will be the one to pick.
You enjoyed it, John.
So he did enjoy it. I went. I'll tell you about it in a minute. So that is that. All right. So here we go. Let's get into our normal format, gentlemen. What have you done since last time we spoke? And let's start with Dr. John.
Well, I've been doing a lot of reading, actually. I've cleared a bunch of graphic novels, including Fatale, Fade Out, both two volumes, and caught up completely with Absolute Batman. Read volume 1 of Absolute Superman. And caught up on all the Transformers series, current ones. So, not to mention I've watched some movies too. Are
you doing just Transformers? Or are you doing the Energon verse? So Void Rivals.
No, I'm not breaking out past the Transformers right now.
Okay, I would recommend for you Void Rivals. Void Rivals is actually really good, and it's right up your alley. And it was the one that started off the Energon verse, and it has a lot of ties with Transformers. They're actually throwing some G.I. Joe ties, but the current storyline is the Quintesson War. And so they're dealing with the Quintessons over there. And then in G.I. Joe, because they're dealing with Cobra Law, I can't remember the woman that they made for the movie. She's out in space, so she's in Void Rivals.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're doing some fun crossovers, and they're about to
introduce. I'll look into that one.
I think it's in G.I. Joe. They're starting to introduce the Mask stuff, because Mask is going to be the next book they're adding to the series.
Interesting. I'm currently in the Absolute Batman. I cleared the Bane saga. That was some serious messed up stuff. That was volume 2.
I've only read the first couple issues. I'm behind. Life finds a way, and I was just a little bit behind. I do need to catch up with stuff. But I'm glad you're reading it.
No, but like I said, I've been kind of on a roll.
That's awesome. That is fantastic.
In terms of films, I went back. I watched What About Bob, which is one of my favorite.
How did that hold up?
It still holds up.
Does it? All right.
It does, actually. In fact, it feels even more like you wouldn't have a hard time redoing that in our modern world if you wanted to. That would not be a hard one to do.
Would you recommend it be
its time in terms of mental health?
Would you recommend they do it as a new movie or as like a TV show? Like they're doing Cape Fear as a TV show.
I don't know. I feel like you could do like a sequel almost. That would be, but the problematic element to that one would be Richard Dreyfuss being an insane person now.
Well, you wouldn't have Richard. I mean, if you do, you just recast.
Well, but I think him and Bill Murray hated each other.
Well, that's kind of it's their dynamic that kind of makes that film work.
Yeah, they actually hated each other on set, if I'm not mistaken.
And it shows,
or at least Richard Dreyfuss. I think Bill Murray.
No one likes Richard Dreyfuss.
You know what I would do if I was going to do it as a TV series or a movie? I would try my hardest to get Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds back to do it together, or do instead of Will Ferrell, maybe have it be John C. Reilly and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I could see that.
Or John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell, like one of the other movies I watched, Step Brothers, which is another one of my favorite comedies.
That is one of my wife's favorites. She loves Step Brothers.
Yeah, but Sherlock Holmes, they're not always a great combo.
The Holmes one, yeah.
I mean, they're a great combo, but they don't always make great movies.
And speaking of Ryan Reynolds, I rewatched Deadpool.
Oh, such a good movie.
It is probably. I honestly think it's probably the best of the trilogy. Honestly, just saying.
Let me think on that. I'm gonna circle back. Give me a minute. I want to think of that one.
Okay. And then I watched 21 Jump Street, which
how was that?
I honestly.
Oh, that's good.
I've only seen it once.
I'm watching 22 Jump Street next, so that's kind of why I needed to watch it again, because I'm going to watch the other one.
I've never seen 22. 21 I've only seen once when it first came out. I remember Netflixing the DVD of it.
Oh, okay. Ooh, back when they sent them out.
I know. Deadpool.
Hey, kids.
Oh, man.
They used to mail the DVDs.
What is mail? What is this mail thing?
I know.
I don't know if I'm trying to think. Is Deadpool might be the tightest story of them all. I think I like Deadpool Wolverine better, though. I think that one's slightly more fun, but I think Deadpool 1 is the tighter story. I think Deadpool 2 is the weaker of the three. but it's still a good
Yes.
movie. It's still a good movie.
No, they're all good movies. I'm just saying that if you had to say you can only watch one of them, here the one thing that I was reminded of is that my son, who's about to be 10, really wants to watch the Deadpool films. I won't let him. And then I was reminded in the first film what I'd have to skip over, which
You
is
just
the
skip that
sex
one.
stuff.
Just skip the sex scene. Just let him watch the movie. Let him watch the movie.
I'd have to figure out, so I go, all right, jump right over here. You didn't miss anything.
Hey,
I
the sex
plan
scene
on.
is nothing unnatural. I mean,
I plan on letting. I plan on letting the
let your king flags
5-year-old.
fly.
No, he won't be 5. He'll probably be like 7 or 8. But I
I'm not
plan on
king
letting.
shaming, Eric.
I
I'm just
plan on
saying.
letting him start with Once Upon a Deadpool, which is the
Fair enough.
PG-13
Yeah.
version of it, and let him see that. But he's seen clips of Deadpool. He understands the concept. He just hasn't seen a full movie of it.
Well, we were
Hmm.
out last weekend and we went by one of the comic book shops that has a bunch of minifigs, and I
Mhm.
let him and my youngest pick out ones. And my youngest, I don't remember which one he picked out, but I know that Finn picked out a Deadpool one,
Nice.
Lego minifig. So I was like, there you go.
I'll talk about it in a minute. Awesome. Well, did you know on 21 Jump Street there is a small window they were going to do 21 Jump Street meets Ghostbusters? Like it was
Hmm.
like really close to happening.
Interesting.
Ridiculously close to happening.
That
And
is one of my favorite movies because the meta
Ghostbusters?
commentary in that film works is
Are you
done
talking?
very well.
Are you talking about
Are you
And
Ghostbusters or
talking?
21 Jump Street?
what?
You said that's one of my favorite movies right after I mentioned Ghostbusters meets 21 Jump Street.
Oh, I was talking about
Which
21 Jump
which
Street.
okay, thank
Sorry.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
21 Jump Street. What I love about the meta commentary is how they definitively lampoon themselves.
They do.
You
Yeah.
know, I think Nick Offerman's captain role, where he's like, well, they've run out of ideas, so they're recycling things, so they're bringing back an old program when he sends them. I'm like, or the fact that they
Man.
hang out and like, don't leave Korean Jesus alone. He's got stuff to do.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. We're going to jump over to Eric's because I just looked at his list and he's watched more things than you and I can ever comprehend. Eric, I will not allow you to talk about in detail every movie.
That's
Um,
fine.
Eric, what all have you been watching? Or do you want me
Speed
to
run
just
it. Let's
call it
go.
off?
So
I'll
I
call him
watched.
off and you tell us. How about that? I'll call him off so we can move you along.
Well, I'll start by saying I watched 20 movies
You
in
did.
between. In
When
between,
when I say check out his ever-growing movie list, you will be
it is ever
impressed.
growing.
I do mean, all right. Here we go. Here we go. I'm
right.
gonna go through them fast. You just give me quick thumbs up, whatever you want to do, but keep it short. Inside the Manosphere.
Good, worth it.
Hmm.
Not perfect, but a worthwhile watch.
That's the Thoreau. What's his name?
Yep.
Yeah. Louis Theroux, I believe.
Yeah, I need to
He gave
watch
it
that one.
he gave it 4 stars. All right. I need to know because this is on my list to watch. I've got to catch up on this one, and it is a priority for me. Frankenstein.
Fucking incredible.
Oh, that's what I've heard.
Okay, I gotta watch that one too.
He gave it four and a half stars.
It is the best Frankenstein on film. Guillermo del Toro knows what he's doing.
He usually does.
I'm watching that shit this weekend. I'm going to make that
All right.
happen. Train Dreams.
Fucking incredible. Very much worth the best Oscar pitch. I did all this because I was really ramping up for the Oscars, so you notice those first five or so are there for that reason. Train Dreams is unassuming. It is not like action packed. It is very much a reflective meditation on kind of the turn of the century, 1800s to 1900s, but also the Pacific Northwest lifestyle at the time. It is a beautiful, gorgeous film, but make sure you're ready for a character study that's a little bit sad.
Okay, awesome. Hamnet. This is one I'm excited to see. Now
Awesome.
I think it's on HBO now.
Yeah, I think it's on Peacock
Hulu,
too.
or Peacock.
Yeah,
Okay.
Peacock. That's how we watched it. It is awesome. It is so good. Also,
how is Jessie Buckley? Because I love Jessie Buckley.
Amazing, amazing.
Are you now in love with her too? Like I am.
I am. She earned every bit of that Oscar that she got for it. And it is a very hard movie to watch, but I agree that it is a very beautiful movie. It has a lot of. It takes some liberties, but it also it just sets up a really beautiful world for these characters to exist while also being a very intimate story. And yeah, it is heartbreaking. You will need that box of tissues that you pulled out for Train Dreams to stay with you during that one.
I have a box of tissues out for other things, but I'll use it for Hamnet.
Well, you don't need the
If,
lotion.
if you like lotion, real men don't need lotion. If you like
God.
Jesse Buckley, if you like,
Between the fact that real men don't need lotion and real men have callus on their hands, that sounds horrible.
if you like Jesse Buckley, she's the only real reason to watch The Bride. And I'm not recommending watch Bride. I am recommending though season 3 of Fargo because she is the main character in it, and it's her.
I'd also recommend
the guy from the Wes Anderson movie, the first one, John, that we watched.
Bottle Rockets?
No, not Bottle Rockets. The one about the school. The
Oh,
really uncomfortable
Rushmore.
Rushmore. So the main guy in Rushmore, he's the other lead in the season of Fargo.
Schwartzman.
Oh, Jason Schwartzman. Yeah.
It's Schwartzman and Jesse Buckley
Interesting.
together. It is fantastic. You do not need, they are all standalone seasons, standalone stories, so you don't need to watch the seasons in order. You can do any season, but season 3 is really good. Season 4 is fantastic. That's the one with Chris Rock, and it's so good. He is so amazing in it. Anyway,
Jesse Buckley is also great in Wicked Little Letters with Olivia Colman, I believe it is.
Nice. Oh, I need to watch that.
A fun little British romp. I think your wives will love it. If they
Zootopia
like
2.
Stuff. Really good, not fucking great, but really good. It reminded me why Zootopia is a fun, an enduring area. They do a great job of world building. They continue it here. It's a lot of fun to be in that world and see all the celebrities and stuff
What's
like
your
that.
favorite
who kind
scene?
of make their things. My favorite scene.
There's one answer that's correct.
Oh, I don't know if I have it then. It was like 15 movies ago, so just tell me which one it's supposed to be.
Hey, bub.
Oh yeah, that is really good. That is really fun.
I didn't know you would watch
or
it.
the Speed Demon, sloth, of course, too.
Speed Demon Sloth is great. Elio, tell us about Elio real quick while I grab something.
That was really pretty. I was not expecting it to be the best animated picture, either before I watch it or after I watch it, truthfully. But it's a really sweet movie. I think it probably fell under the radar for a lot of people, which is too bad because it is a lot of fun. I thought the cool thing about it's all about aliens, to some extent. I don't think I'm spoiling anything there.
No.
But Casey, we had, only recently watched on the horror side, The Color from Outer Space.
Yep.
And this movie had it throughout. That color, that was the pretty sort of pinkish purple, was kind of the alien color, which I don't know if that was intentional nod. I'm guessing The Color from Outer Space is that color in the Wells story too. But either way, it not Wells. But it either way it was interesting to me. So yeah, Elio's good. I don't think it's a must see, but I think your kids will like it.
I like Elio a lot.
It's certainly worth watching if you have kids. If you don't, you probably don't need to.
The 5-year-old really liked it. I thought Elio was really good. Hey bub. Hey bub. Hey bub. Hey bub. This was one of the things I got interesting. I saw it. I was like, I must own this. Maybe laugh. Anyway, one battle after another.
Really good, really fun. Not sure I agreed with it being Best Picture.
I agree with that, and I haven't even seen it yet.
Yeah, it's certainly worth the watch. It's almost 3 hours, but it does not feel like it, so I will give it that. Sean Penn does a great job. I can see why he's given an Oscar. With other performances in that category, I probably would have given it elsewhere just because Sean Penn doesn't really give a shit anyway. But at the same time, he did a really good job, and he did kind of earn it to some extent. It's a really interesting film and how goofy it is, if that's right to say, in that it's not just goofy in circumstance, but goofy in the way that like Sean Penn plays his character and stuff. There's a lot of caricatureness that kind of feels okay still somehow. Gotcha. So it's a worthwhile watch. I definitely recommend it.
I like this director. Is it better than Magnolia or better than Boogie Nights?
I don't remember Magnolia, so I can't comment on that. Boogie Nights I like better, probably.
Okay. That's what, from the trailer, that's kind of what I was figuring that I like those.
But Boogie Nights is just more of a fun boogie story, right? Yeah. This one is I think Benicio del Toro.
I hear the daughter is amazing.
Performance.
The daughter,
yes, she is also really good. She will be a star.
My next question for you is: who killed the Montreal Expos?
The owners basically who took it over. This was a movie I'm a big baseball fan, minor leagues are starting up. You all know me for minor leagues, or at least you guys probably do.
Yep.
I'll be going this weekend to an opening game. Um, it's good. It's fun. It is only for baseball people.
Sing Street.
So I don't think either of you are probably going to care about it unless you want to care. I remember the Expos from my childhood. Even still knowing all that and like kind of missing the Expos as a brand, this didn't really hit everything for me. It was a good watch. It's a good specific moment on this niche moment of baseball history and this niche, team, if not niche team, but this team of baseball history.
Mm-hmm.
And it also makes me want Montreal to get a team back.
Gotcha.
But at the same time, you watch and you're kind of like, well, I can see why the market's not as strong there as it is elsewhere.
Yeah.
So
Sing Street.
that was fun. It was a lot more fun than I thought it would be. Not a perfect movie, but yeah, it is a fun movie. The guy does a great job. I think the cast is fun. I love the kind of trying on different hats and styles as he's trying to figure out how to impress the girl.
Too.
Never even heard
soundtrack.
This movie.
I had one song. Gosh. I had one song stuck in my head. One of the last songs. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
It's 1980s in Ireland.
It's an easy background movie for you, Casey.
I'm glad you bring up 1980s. Eric, 1987 is The Running Man.
God, this was so much worse than the remake, and yet I get what they were doing. It didn't work for me. This wasn't my favorite version. I definitely like the more recent one. And I think the interesting thing about this versus that one is the remake really focuses on the family storyline and kind of the personal aspect of this, whereas the Arnold one really focuses on that kind of action movie trope style where it's this badass, military man who gets wrongly accused, and so he's working backwards and he's doing that, and so there's much more of that storyline of like machismo 80s action star, whereas the Glenn Powell one recently is much more of what it kind of would probably be more like, honestly. And I think that's probably why it didn't do as well, is because it's a bit of a harder watch because you're like, this feels too real.
The 87 one is much more like dystopian.
Yeah, very much
in a sense. And you also have the whole deepfake stuff when they framed him.
The 87 one is like neon dystopia of the 80s, whereas the new one is like Andor reality level, sort of take.
Well, hopefully next week when we meet again, I will have watched both of them. Super Mario Bros. Was this your first time watching it?
It was. I liked it. It's not fun. A good movie, but it's fun.
It's a great fun movie. But
I kind of want to see Galaxy now, but I've also heard Galaxy's worse than this somehow. So I'm like,
I think
it's a lot of fun. It does a good job. I thought the voice work was actually really good, even for Chris Pratt, who I know got a lot of flack for it. I like Charlie Day as Luigi. I thought it was good. I will probably watch Galaxy. I will probably wait till it's streaming, but I'll watch it.
The main critics don't like Galaxy, but the main critics didn't like this movie either. But I'm finding like normal people stuff, they're like, Galaxy's fun. If you like the first one, you're gonna like Galaxy. The Burbs, you watched the TV show. I went down the road on the set where the TV show was, sent you a video of it. Is the movie a basic remake, or is the TV show a basic remake of the movie, or like I've only seen the movie.
It definitely takes elements of. There is no doubt about that, but it is its own story. The TV show is pretty much its own take on a storyline in a nice neighborhood HOA sort of vibe to it. The movie is fine, but so fucking ridiculous at times that you're like, what?
I know.
Whereas the TV show kind of earns its ridiculousness when it does get there. So I think the TV show is better.
Perfect. Well, I am nostalgic for The Burbs because it was something I watched a while back. But nostalgic, what'd you think?
Yeah, so this is just a stand-up by this guy, Derek Stroop. I liked it. It's not like the best stand-up that you're probably going to go find on Netflix, but it is on Netflix. It's they're kind of the king of these now. I enjoyed it. It's very much like if there was a modern day blue collar comedy tour, I think he would probably be on it. And so that's kind of where the humor lies. He's a Southern boy who reflects on Southern things. It's not political, so don't think of it from either side of that, but it is certainly cultural.
All right. I know you watched the next movie because of Scream. You did it very specifically. I know this because when we watched Scream 7, it is directed by Kevin Williamson, who also wrote the original Scream movies. And he only directed one other movie, and it was the trivia question that you both lost out to.
But I had to know.
Teaching Mrs. Tingle.
Yes. This was a bad movie
Fair.
with an incredible performance by Helen Mirren.
All right. All right.
And so watch it for Helen Mirren. Don't worry about it otherwise.
Fair enough. Hustle.
This had been kind of on my Netflix list for a while, so I just got to it. It was a lot of fun. Better than I expected it to be. And another one of those movies that really shows off kind of the acting chops of Adam Sandler. I actually think that this one does a little bit better of a job than Uncut Gems, in my opinion. But that's maybe just more the story of this one is a little bit easier to latch onto. Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I would recommend it, but I don't think it's a need to watch.
Chowchilla.
Chowchilla is a documentary about a horrible moment in the 70s, I believe, in California, where a bus full of children was kidnapped and buried alive.
The fuck?
Yeah, it is a
Where's
worthwhile
that
watch
at?
because I had it's on HBO because it's a CNN original film.
All right,
Um,
I'm adding that right now. It's on my
it's a
watch
worthwhile
list.
watch. It's a worthwhile watch, and spoiler alert, it's 1977, so spoiler alert, the kids are fine. But it also the kids are fine in terms of they didn't die, but it does explore kind of the mental impact that this event had on some of the kids. It also explores at the time when the kids were ultimately found and rescued. To some extent, they credited the bus driver. Not to say he did not have his heroic moments, but the movie here goes into detail from the kids' perspective, showing that like one of the other kids was actually kind of more of the one who helped them escape than the bus driver was.
Right.
Again, no discredit to the bus driver, but this kid finally kind of gets his due in this movie. And
All right.
that's kind of the other side of this, besides telling the story of.
I'm totally watching this. This might be my watch
It's worth
tomorrow.
it. It's a good documentary. It's a hard subject, but it's a good documentary.
Awesome. I'm going to smash right through it, just like the smashing machine. Eric, what do you think? How was Maui?
This was a shitty movie. I'm sorry.
That's
I
fine.
get why
I've
this
heard that.
didn't make it into Oscar contention, really. The Rock does good. There's a couple moments where he breaks down in tears that he does fine sometimes, but not every time.
Yeah.
And that's not fair to say that like it wasn't always earned or things from an actor standpoint. So it's not a knock on
Steroids.
him. I think it's just a weird movie for lack of better terms. It has good stuff, but it's one of those biopics that it's a biopic about a person that most people don't know or probably even care about.
Yep.
One of the early MMA fighters, right? And pioneers of the sport, if you will. But then it also talks about like Emily Blunt does a great job, but
Right on
like
the
her
nose.
character is kind of weird. And so it's just one of those biopics that has to show so much time.
Yeah.
And because of that, it glosses over or just breezes through like 20 years at a time, when really if they had somehow made the story focused on like this one kind of thing, and it's about like his this guy has a drug addiction and he rehabs himself and stuff like that.
Well-
And it ends very weird. It ends so weird. I can't explain that without spoiling it.
Speaking of time delays, and we'll talk more about this tomorrow, but speaking of time, you went back to Cabrini Green. You watched Candyman 2021.
Well, you said
Was
I had
I-
to watch at least one of them.
Was I right that it is a better movie than you expect?
Yes,
It's
and
actually-
it
Yeah,
is
yeah, it's so good in that movie.
same with the original Candyman.
Yeah.
This kind of both you kind of go into going, ugh, and by the end you're like, holy shit, great job. Yeah,
I know.
Yaya. I mean, I could watch Yaya read the fucking dictionary.
Same.
So like he's fucking great. And of course he does great. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's a
I-
fun movie. Not a great movie. I don't think it's a need watch from a horror standpoint.
No, it's
but it is a fun enough watch. And if you have familiarity with the original Candyman,
Yeah.
definitely, and you liked the original, you should definitely watch this one.
I mean, for me, I think it's the best of the Candyman, but Yaya is fantastic, and it's a Nia DaCosta film. And we've already watched a couple of her stuff. She did the new Hedda that I want to see, and she did the Marvels. And there was something else we watched of hers. So I'm a big fan of Nia.
Yeah.
I bought this while we were out. I haven't watched it yet. It was on sale on iTunes for like $10.
Yeah.
Anaconda. Was it
Oh
worth
my
it?
god. It was so fun and so stupid and so bad and so fucking perfect. Like as
That's all I
someone
need
who
to hear. That's all I need to
as
hear.
I will say this much. And for those of you who have not seen the original Anaconda, they do a scene in a diner early on where they basically trope through all the main stupid stuff of the original Anaconda and what makes it a cult classic, essentially. They hit it for beat, even though. So there's a great moment where they're like, "What are you doing?" They're like, "We're making Anaconda. It's a sequel, or it's more like a reboot, or like, no, wait, it's a reboot or it's a reimagining. It's more like a spiritual sequel, right?" Like, so they go through all three of those moments, and it is literally all three of those things. I loved it,
Can't wait
but
to
it is
watch
not
it.
it is not like a good movie.
I
I'm not going to
can't
sit
wait
here and
to.
say that. It's one of those like dumb comedies that you're like, how did they get such a great cast to sign on, right, for this?
You mean it's like Tropic
it would
Thunder?
be it would be bad if it were other actors. Like,
Yeah.
it would not work if it were other actors.
It's the only reason I want to see it is because of those actors. That's the only reason. Okay,
Yeah.
it was just an accident, just
So
like
this
how
is-
that movie turned out well.
So this is one of the Oscar contenders, I think Best Picture, but also
Yeah.
Best International. It may have won Best International, forget. But this is a really good film. It's out of Tehran. It is basically a play with a lot of metaphors about how do we deal with life after authoritarianism,
Nice.
or life after the traumas of authoritarianism, even if you're still in the middle of authoritarianism, which this technically is, right? It's a really good film. I loved it. It is, of course, entirely subtitled, so if that's a turnoff for you, you're not going to like it. But it is a really good movie. I don't know that it is a perfect movie. There's a lot of times like you see the acting, you see the writing in it, but
Right.
it is preaching apart at times, but it does it really well. I definitely recommend watching it if you can stomach it.
Last but not least, let's get into Little China. Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh
This was your first time watching it. What did you think?
Oh my God, I can't imagine that a movie could be more fucking racist. This was so bad. I like from like
Wow.
I like 10 minutes in, I was like, do I keep watching? Like, I feel like I've already started. I might as well just commit. It's only an hour and a half. It was so bad. I think I gave it 1 star.
You gave it one
and
star.
I only
Ladies and gentlemen,
I
you
gave
can
it
write
1
us at
star for, like,
notfunnyguys.
the ridiculousness
off the
of-
reels at
there- something-
gmail.com.
Something earned 1 star because otherwise I would have given it like a half star. It has to get like something so that you left a tip, right? You leave a penny
Right,
so that
right,
like
sure.
it was the worst service. I hated it. It was so stupid. So
Wow.
I don't know how this is anyone's favorite, in a classic
Don't
sense.
talk to
like,
Dr. John. You're about to have some fighting words right
Oh
now.
my goodness.
I'm not going to fight him over this.
It is.
Uh,
I'm sorry. I cannot recommend that.
Well,
Do not watch it, Big Trouble in Little China.
what
folks.
did I rate it? I give it 3 stars.
Maybe it's the Egg Foo Young tours, or
I
Egg
give it
Foo
three.
Young the
I give it
character.
3 stars. I've seen it. I watched it recently for the first time, like within the last 5 years.
Oh
the
my
first
God.
time when I bought it, and I actually
Is
enjoyed
it
it.
Kim Cattrall in that film?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
with zero chemistry with
all right.
Kurt Russell.
Well, I would like to say, ladies and gentlemen, write in at notfunnyguys@offthereels@gmail.com and let Eric know how he's wrong on that movie. Well,
shut
let me
up.
rephrase it. Let me rephrase that. He's not wrong on the
What?
racism. The racism, he's
the
spot
racism
on.
is there.
Whatever. I don't know
No
about
notes on the
everything else.
racism. Mwah. A-level racism.
He watched Eric watched 2 other things, and you can check out his list on Letterboxd. It is Ekly, Ekly. Check out his ever-growing movie list. You will not be disappointed. But he watched Batman, which we're going to talk about in a minute, and he watched Willy's Wonderland, which we will cover on Wrestling with the Horror of It All. And I only have one question about Willy's Wonderland. I'm not even going to check out your review. One question: was I right? Does he have any lines? I'm pretty sure he has no lines, right? Or does he say a single word?
Other than grunts and groans, he never says a single
That's what I
word.
thought. That's what I thought. I was pretty confident that he didn't say anything. But then I
But
was
man, he
thinking about
fucking kills some soda. He downs some soda.
Yes, he
Oh,
does.
like on schedule.
I know, that's the best part. Anyway, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Would you while I'm switching over to my list, would you recommend that movie to Dr. John? Just a yes or no?
I'm gonna say no because I think like
That's fair.
what we like about it, he probably would be like, it's fine.
I think that's
And
fine.
like he would be fine with some of it, the stuff that we like, he would be okay with,
Yeah.
and then the writing and the like actual like production values, he would fucking hate.
All right, awesome. All right, I'll get into
That's
I'll
my
get
guess
into
at
my
least.
I will get into my week. I will try or my 2 weeks. I will try to do this as fast as possible. I watched 3 movies, one of which we're going to talk about in a minute. But I watched Scream 7 again. I watched it with my wife. I had pre-ordered it, and the second it went live, the next day we watched Scream 7. I liked it more the second time, but I was able to get past the CG thing. Like I
Yeah,
knew it was there, and I glossed past it. So I really appreciate that. And then we started it before we went on vacation and finished it when we got back. It was the longest pause break ever for me. Who
uh-huh.
Framed Roger Rabbit? We were showing it to the 5-year-old, and he loved it. We showed it to him because there's a ride at Disneyland, a Who Framed Roger Rabbit ride, and we
Oh
wanted
yeah.
him to have context. He
Mhm.
loved it. He thought it was fantastic. So
Hmm.
that was great. And then I mostly while we were gone, we watched a lot of Food Network because the 5-year-old discovered Food Network. So I watched a lot of Food Network while we were
Nothing
gone.
wrong with Food Network. I love me some Food Network.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying that's when we were in the hotel room, that's what we watched. And then
Mhm.
on the flights there and back, all I watched was Unbelievable with Dan Aykroyd. It was on the plane, and I was just they were doing marathons. I just watched it.
Which the
The
one's the one that has that which one of the ones is it the Ripley's that had Jonathan Frakes?
Yes, it was the Ripley's that had
Okay.
him. So this one of the episodes was like traumatic plane incidents that I watched while on the plane.
Jesus Christ.
I know it was like so messed up,
Sort
but
of
I
like
was so
Satan's
Hey,
I
orgy.
was so captivated. I was just like, I can't stop watching, and I hate flying. Anyway, I did that.
at some point you're gonna have to later you have to tell us about how horrible your plane flight was.
Mm.
The place, oddly enough, both kids did really well on the flight down, and for the most part, on the flight back, they
How
were
was
both
security?
fine. Security wasn't really an issue. Going it was the coming back, so going was fine security wise. And the plane ride, it was the getting off the plane where things got awful. That's when the 5-year-old was
Mm.
like 6.5 hours on a flight plus a 3-hour time delay. Awful.
Yeah.
um
Fair enough.
Thank God I had my iPad with me because he didn't like anything on the TV. So he watched the Power Rangers movie, the newer one, and he watched Josh Gates. He's discovered Josh Gates and was just obsessing over Josh Gates. The
Hmm.
flight back, all he watched was Josh
Who's Josh
Gates.
Gates?
Expedition Unknown, you should look that
Expedition
up.
Unknown, man. Come on.
Oh.
The flight coming back, we had problems at the airport because he was acting up, but then also apparently hoodies and hats can't go through metal detectors because they can prevent, like I can hide weapons inside of here and it will like it'll block the metal detector, and so the metal detectors can't see. I was so pissed off when they made me take off I was like,
Wait,
you
so you're
fucking
saying wearing it can't be done? Not
yeah,
like
you
in the
cannot
bag. Because
go
I've
through a
had
metal.
bags and
They would not let me go through a metal detector wearing my hoodie. Or Rachel, they pulled us both aside and were like, you have to take off your hoodie and go through the metal detector or
I
the
feel like I've
X-ray
definitely
machine.
gone. I feel like I've definitely gone through some of that shit. In
I
Everything's
have
been
too.
bad since 9/11. Let's
I
just
have
put it
too.
that way.
Anyway, that annoyed me because I hate inefficiency at airports and its inefficiency. But then once we were on the flight, it was fine coming back. And then it was
Casey, you ever
awful once we
watch
got off.
Up in the Air?
No.
You should.
All right.
Oh,
Um,
is that the one with
George Clooney.
oh,
Clooney?
that I
Yeah.
have seen. That I have seen.
Uh,
The one
yeah,
it's him
his
and
whole
it's
talk
he
about efficiency at
it's
airports.
him and
It's your
Miss
girl from the Bates
Norman
Motel.
Bates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I've seen. I just didn't recognize the name of it. So while we were there, I'll just quickly run through some of the things we did. We did the Queen Mary, which was fan-fucking-tastic. Loved
Woo.
the Queen Mary. Rachel was surprised at how much she enjoyed doing that tour and learning about the Queen Mary. And the 5-year-old loved the Queen Mary. He was having fun running up and down it. We did Disney. We did the Disney parks. There's not much to say about the Disney parks. Although Red Guardian, best character meet ever. He was so amazing. He's so in
Nice.
character. Watching him
I feel like you have to get an improver for that because he really
yes,
has to be able to riff. You know.
and the what the Dora Milaje were doing their thing, and they were watching that. I was eating and had the baby, and Red Guardian was behind me, and he was telling the cat there was just two cast members next to him. He's like, "They're gonna do the thing. They're gonna see Wakanda forever, and I'm gonna see Wakanda forever. It's gonna be great." And they yell out Wakanda forever, and at the top of his lungs, he goes, "Wakanda forever!" And Okoye turns around and looks at him and is like, "I heard that. Stop it." It was so amazing. It was Jeff's kiss. It was so fantastic.
Nice.
But the Disney parks were fine. Then we went to Catalina Island and did a fun ghost tour. And my 5-year-old learned about the death of Natalie Woods, and that became a whole thing for him. We'll circle
What
back to that in a
fucking boat
second.
tour were you giving? Jesus.
It was a ghost
Recreation.
ghost tour, not boat tour. Ghost tour of the island. Apparently Marilyn Monroe lived on that island when she was still Norma Jean. She worked at the ice cream shop that we went to one day. Anyway, so we did the island. That was fine. We almost got stuck on the island because of shenanigans at the hotel. They accidentally locked the front desk area, which had our stroller, and we woke up late and we had to book it to the ferry. And there's no taxis or anything on the island. They have golf carts, but you have to rent one. And so like we go downstairs, the door's locked. She starts calling to try to get someone because there was no one at the hotel. They had to come across the island to get to the hotel. So I took the luggage and the 5-year-old and we booked it to the ferry and got there, but she had the tickets. And so I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna get on this ferry. And then like 10 minutes before the ferry was supposed to like board and get on, she's like, all right, they've gotten here, they've opened up the door, I've got the stroller, we're booking it. And she made it like a minute to spare before we were
Did she have to run, or did they give her a ride or anything?
Oh no, she ran. She ran.
Jeez.
So she made it to the ferry in 6 minutes. So kudos to her. They have the first what they kept telling us, they have a casino on the island, but it's not a gambling casino. It's the Italian word for casino, which is meeting place. They had the first movie theater that was built for sound inside of it, which was pretty cool. Anyway, we also learned about the sleepwalking murders. Look that shit up from 2001. That was pretty fascinating. Anyway, so then we get back, we go to San Diego, we do San Diego things. We went to the zoo, we went to Balboa Park, did the museums. While we were at the museums, they had a Picasso, got to see a Picasso, that was fun. Always like seeing Picassos. We went to the Comic-Con Museum, and they had a Doctor Who exhibit. So the 5-year-old was in love with that because he got to see the makeups. They had the makeups there, so he got to see what makeups looked like. So he was fascinated. Then, and there was oddly enough a luchador exhibit on the 3rd floor. I don't understand why.
Of course, why not?
Yeah, I was just like, all right, cool. Then we went back. Then we went up to LA, and we did some LA museums. We did Universal Park, which is a weird park there. But we did that because we wanted to do the backlot tour for the 5-year-old, and he loved the backlot tour. He didn't know about the earthquake scene. So when they're like, all right, we've got permission to go onto the set of a movie, and they pull you in. And at that point, I'm like, oh, this is the earthquake scene. But we didn't tell him. So they close you in, and they're like, oh, this is the set. You can see there's the crafty area, and there's all this. And then when it starts shaking, they're like, oh my God, it's an earthquake. And he thought it was an earthquake. And then as things start falling apart, he's like freaking out. And I put my hand on him. I'm like, it's going to be okay. And he got to see it, and then he loved it after that. Once he realized what was going on, he loved it. But they took us down the street where The Burbs was filmed. We got to see Hill Valley because it's right there. Also Ted. We got to see the Psycho House because they're about to tear that down. The War of the Worlds section and the Nope section. The Nope section is the newest. War of the Worlds.
They're about to tear down the Psycho House.
Yeah, the Psycho House and War of the Worlds section are going away. And who knows what's going to be. They were testing the Fast and the Furious ride, which opens in like 2 weeks now, and it looked fantastic. It's like the coaster rotates as you're in the car, and it does all types of fun stuff. I look forward to doing that.
It's not just a video screen?
Not a video screen. It's an actual roller coaster. We did the Waterworld show. Both children love the Waterworld show. Like, the baby was just applauding. The 5-year-old was doing his thing. They have a water zone, and they're like, if you're in the green seats, so first the actors come up, and one of them's got a hose, and he just turns the hose and aims it at the audience and just runs the hose. He goes, if you're in the green seats, you're going to get wet. If you don't want to get wet, you should probably move out of the green seats. But if you haven't noticed, you're going to get wet in these seats. And then he puts the hose down after spraying them, and he goes and gets a bucket, and he goes up to him. He's like, I want to reiterate. And he goes into the crowd. He goes, if you're in the green seats, you are going to get wet. And then he dumps the bucket on someone. And then for 10 minutes, it's this running gag of just spraying the audience with water. But it was a lot of fun. It's such an amazing stunt show. I was glad we got to see it. And we just did the regular rides, went to Nintendo Land, Jurassic Park's a different Jurassic Park ride there. We did Flight of the Hippogriffs. Then we saw the bunny from Secret Life of Pets. That was fun. We got roasted by Megatron. That was great. That was one of the things we really wanted to do was get roasted by Megatron. Yeah,
Nice.
it was a fun excursion day, and then we went and did the last day went to an art museum in L.A. and saw the famous Warhol of the soup can, a Liechtenstein, some more Picassos, and a shit ton of Monets. They have a lot of Monets there. So I got to see some
Making it
Monets.
rain.
They were, and then we went to the Academy of Motion Picture and Arts Museum, which is in the same basic block. And so they were doing a Jaws exhibit. So I got to see the props and the costumes from Jaws. And they have a dolly, so
Nice.
you could do the dolly shot with Roy Schneider. And we did that. And then there was a room where you could go watch the scene, and he just runs into the room in the museum. People are like, it may not be age appropriate. I wouldn't take him in there. And I'm like, he's already in, not stopping him now. And I've seen Jaws. Like, what's the worst you can see in Jaws? Anyway, it was the scene where the child dies in the water, where the child pulls her down. Anyway, his question was, is
Parent
the kid
of
dead?
the year.
He goes, is the kid dead? I said, child is fine. The actor is fine. In the movie, kid is dead. He goes, well, how did they make the blood? I was like, it's just chocolate syrup and some red food coloring. He goes, okay, and moves on with his life. That was it. Because he
I
understands how
can't
movies
wait
work.
for the mental health bill he's going to get around age
That's
16.
that's fine.
It's gonna be a
That's fine.
beautiful thing.
Anyway, so that was a fun thing to see that they had an exhibit that was going away in a couple days on just some movie props. So we got to see an original Gremlin hand puppet. We got to see stuff from
Ooh.
Marvel. I sent you guys photos of the things that I was going to steal for each of you.
Mhm.
So he loved all of that. They had an exhibit on Ponyo, the Miyazaki film. They had all the Oscar stuff that was in there. I feel like there was another. Oh, there was a cyber exhibit. They had a costume from Tron, the original Tron. Um, but in the main Oscar exhibit, we walked into one room and there was the makeup and costumes for Sweeney Todd. And I
Hmm.
looked up and I saw V. Neal's ID badge in her makeup box. And he's obsessed with Face Off, so he knows who V. Neal is. And I was like, come here. And I picked him up and held him so he could see the ID. And he's like, it's V. Neal. V. Neal's in here. Oh my God. Oh, is that her makeup? I was like, it's hers. And so then he was just obsessed and he wanted to watch all the videos
Yeah.
on how did they do sound in movies, how did they do the makeup. So we were there for a long time watching those videos. um they had costumes from Wicked, Barbie. Oh, there was a Barbie exhibit. The costume design or the set designer had a whole exhibit for Barbie there. And there was also a Jewish history section of Jewish history of Hollywood, with like a 40-minute documentary that we did not sit through. I wish we had. I would like to see it.
Hey, Eric, I'm just gonna let you know. Let's put this marker down right now. Casey's son, they think he's gonna be a face, like a costume design and makeup artist for
Yeah,
Hollywood. He's gonna end up working in a mortuary.
probably,
Hmm.
probably.
Or he's gonna win
Well,
RuPaul's Drag Race.
now the circle back real quick. So in there's all these costumes, and there's one costume from this tiny little petite woman back from like the 60s. And she was in a movie called Gypsy. And her name is Natalie Wood. And he remembered Natalie Wood. The museum person in the room watching the room comes over to him and because he sees him looking at this yellow dress. He's like, oh, do you like it? He goes, that's Natalie Wood's dress. She died on Catalina Island. We were just there on Catalina Island. I saw where she had her last meal and where she stayed. And did you know she was afraid of water, but she went and got on this boat anyway? Why would she get on the boat? And we don't know who actually killed her. And the guy is just impressed. He's like, yes, that's right. We don't know who did it. Full on history lesson he gave. And we were like, oh my God, he was paying attention
Wow.
to every detail of that story.
As
The
kids
only
are wont to
Okay,
do,
Casey,
right?
I'm gonna
he
pitch
just
this
didn't
right
mention
now.
Robert Wagner or Christopher Walken were the two details he didn't mention.
Hey, Unsolved Mysteries podcast with your son.
I know, I know,
There you
I
go.
know. He was just in love with it. Anyway, the guy was like, you guys should nurture this. And then he took his time to walk him around the exhibit and be like, oh, this is this. These are the ruby slipper. This is all this stuff. And it's explaining concept art. And he's like, yeah, I know. They draw that first and then they make the stuff. And he's like, how did you? I was like, he loves Face Off. He's like, oh, okay. And he's like, you guys need to nurture this. Like, he is so smart and into all of these different things. At Disneyland, oddly enough, John's mom was at Disneyland the day after we were there. But um, he loved the Mr. Lincoln animatronic and the Walt animatronic, like edge of his seat and love with them. Like he could tell, he was like, the Walt animatronic walked and Mr. Lincoln didn't walk. Like he was all over. So anyway, and then I missed by a day. The day after your mom was there, John, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch were there. And then the day after that, AJ Lee and CM Punk were there. Because it was her birthday. And I missed them. I was so mad. Anyway, that was my trip. So long story short, let's get into some very, very, very fast news topics, shall we? Because we do talk about news sometimes. Here we go. There's 3 news stories that we're going to talk about, and we're going to talk about some trailers real quick. The news stories are very, very fast. First off, Starfleet Academy was canceled. Paramount canceled Starfleet Academy, which is very sad. It gets a season 2. Hopefully, it will end in a good way. Speaking of season 2, Wonder Man was picked up for season 2. Thank God, that show was amazing. So
more yeah, please.
More yeah. Can we just make it be the show that never ends? I'm fine with 12 seasons of. If you keep them tight, like that first season was, I'm fine. Just run it until Ben Kingsley's dead. Like, I'm fine. The other news thing, saw this shit coming. Sora was shut down. Out of the blue, they shut down Sora because no one was using it and no one wants AI schlop. And so they shut down Sora. Also, it was $15 million a day to run that thing. So just nuts. All right. The other things that came out, we'll go through these kind of fast. A bunch of trailers came out in the last 2 weeks. So I'm going to do Dr. John's first. Dune 3, did the trailer move the needle for either? Well, Dr. John was already going to see it.
I've got a standing appointment with my brothers whenever these films come out, so we will be there. In fact, I think we're going to have to do a double header because that's the same weekend as Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday.
There's no way on earth they will be the same weekend. I guarantee you one of the, I know they are now.
Okay.
One of them is going to blink.
Maybe.
And it's going to be Dune. Yes.
Probably.
The audience will cannibalize itself. They're the same audience. So one of them's going to have to blink. And I think it's going to be Dune. And I think Dune will move forward a week or maybe 2 weeks.
I'm looking forward to this adaptation. I feel like it's going to be pretty close to Dune Messiah. I mean, we're going to get to see Gola. Get to see Gola Duncan, Idaho. This is going to be amazing.
That's what I was going to ask you is which is this? Are they done?
Yeah, this is the Gola. This is the one who actually, he will reawaken his memories in this film.
But are they done? The second movie finished the first book, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is moving into the next book.
This is the second book, basically. This is a continuation of the storyline, which is what the second book is anyway.
Are we going to get to see him as a big sandworm?
No, that he doesn't become that. That's his son, Leto of the Second.
Oh, okay.
And that doesn't happen until the fourth book.
Okay, so the fourth book, if they ever get to it, we get to see him as a sandworm. That's my impersonation of a sandworm. I did see that the TV show got a second season. So,
the Sisterhood one.
Yeah, it's getting a second season. Okay. Eric, did it move the needle for you? Are you going to watch Dune 2 finally?
Eventually,
you should. Florence Pugh's in it.
It does have Florence Pugh for 4 seconds.
Pew, pew, pew.
No, she's in there a little bit more than that.
She's in there for 5 minutes. She's barely in the movie. She's a big integral part. She's barely in the movie, though.
And she'll have a bigger part in this film, actually,
That's my assumption. She'll have a bigger part.
If things are going to go the way the books go with the conspiracy, she'll have a bigger part in this third film.
I'm only in this third movie for Anya Taylor-Joy. That's it. So I'm in this.
I wonder how far they'll take this one with her, because the way Aaliyah's character ends up gets dark.
Right.
But she is viciously dangerous.
I'm not in this movie just for her. I'm in this movie for her, Rebecca Ferguson, Zendaya, and Florence Pugh. That is why I will watch this movie.
He's just here for the female cast, okay?
Yeah, it's because they are amazing.
They are.
This is one of Rebecca Ferguson's best roles. I love Rebecca Ferguson.
I love her in Silo, though.
She's good in Silo, too. Silo. You finally watched Silo?
Me?
Yeah. When did you watch Silo?
Yeah. Oh, we're caught up. We watched it like
my wife and I love that show.
I need to watch season 2. I got to do season 2.
We're all the way through.
See, after season 1, I went out and I consumed the trilogy of books.
Nice. I know you did that.
Which are good. Really good.
We just caught up.
I thought I told you I had watched it.
No, I don't think so. We just caught up on The Pit. So we're caught up on The Pit because there were a couple episodes while we were gone. Next up,
there's an ice episode of The Pit coming up, or maybe it's already.
No, it's already happened. It happened while we were gone.
That was a big kind of news moment.
It was a good episode. Moana trailer. Did it move the needle for either of you?
No.
It
I'm
looks
sick of
better
these
than
live action things, so no.
I'm with John on that. I'm probably not going to see it, but it did look a little bit better than I expected it to.
I'm in for it.
And The Rock's hair isn't as bad as some of the early publicity photos made me think it
I
would
know.
be.
I'm in it for The Rock. I like The Rock, and I want to know, what are they adding to the story? That's my big thing.
Mm.
Like, what are you going to
Is
add to the story?
Lin-Manuel in it at all? Because wasn't he a voice or was he just a writer?
He did the songs. I'm sure he'll have like a small. I'm sure he'll pop
Some
up
sort of
somewhere
writer.
in there. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, not the Sorcerer's Stone. They're going with the
Yeah, I
original
noticed
title.
that. I noticed
Yeah, I
that.
see they're keeping the English title.
Yeah, makes me happy.
I will probably watch it. I don't know that I'll be like every night it comes out. I need to make
Oh, we
sure
will.
I schedule
Oh,
time
God, no.
for it.
We will. We'll be there every night.
I don't know. I need to rewatch the movies again and kind of get up to speed because I think it would be good to know the story going in to see how they expand on it. And I know that like
Well, but
obviously
you
the
need
movies
you wanna
should touch
compare
on
them.
everything.
But you should actually
Yeah.
do the. I want to know where they not where,
I know
where
the
they are with
books
the
and stuff
movie.
at
I
that
want to
point,
know
yeah.
what are they pulling in from the books that was left out. That's what I want to know.
Right.
Well, see, I think Eric's approach is not bad because I mean that way what you're doing is a more casual fan. You have a comparison point,
Which I am.
so you
Yeah.
can see what they did, what choices were made in the original films versus
Yeah.
now.
Like
Because
I
they're
know the
doing like
films
one
didn't
book per
cover all the
season, aren't
books.
they?
The books, the
Yeah.
films did do all the books. They
Yeah, but
just
aren't they?
cut out
Isn't-
No,
storylines.
they
isn't the
did all the
TV
books, but they
show-
didn't do all of the book.
Right, they cut out. What were you saying?
Yeah,
John?
but they're
Sorry?
doing the TV show is doing like one season per book, right?
That's what they said, but now they're starting to elaborate that they might have to split some
Oh,
of
yeah,
them
they might.
because, but they also said that they will not be doing one a year, that they can't, like filming wise, they just can't. But
One
they're gonna,
season a year?
yeah, they're gonna do their best to not have there be like a 2 year gap that they can get them going. But it's a
These
lot.
kids are gonna age so fast. These kids are young.
But so
They're gonna age
so
fast.
did the others. If you go back and watch the movies, the first
Yeah.
two, they look like little kids, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, puberty.
Well,
hit.
you know who Tom
Which is
Felton
fair.
had the hardest,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
When it came to the aging up stuff, when they were
Yeah.
aging,
Well,
Tom
I
Felton
think
was
it's
a huge
I think
rock.
it's actually Dudley.
Uh.
Dudley was the worst. Dudley when
No,
it gets
Dudley
to,
was bad too.
when it gets to like movie 6, Dudley's
Have
like,
you seen him recently? He does not look like Dudley
I know.
anymore. He looks like
Is
a
he-
normal.
oh, and Neville too. Neville, dear God.
Well, Neville
no,
had
yeah,
the
Neville.
glow up. He invented the
Yeah.
term glow up.
Oh yeah, he had a real glow up.
And by the end, the original kids were in their 20s by the time they finished it, if I remember correctly, like early 20s, but they were still. So that's going to happen with this. It's just what'll they do? I did see. I don't know if it's true. I saw it this morning, and I need to actually look and see if the statement is true. But I saw something where they had asked J.K. about Snape, and does she have a problem with the casting of Snape?
Him being black.
That, yep, and he's not necessarily for her. And if the statement is that she said is true, I like it and I can appreciate it. She basically said, I'm not gonna reach out and fire him. I don't have the ability to fire him. And even if I did, this is their thing, I'm not gonna step in and say I don't like this casting. She's like, I may not agree with some statements he's said in the past, but I'm willing to give him a shot to see what he does. Like it's his role. So if that's a true thing that she said, kudos to her for finally saying something good. Also, you clearly don't want to cause ripples because you want the money. But that's,
Yeah.
speaking of the money, Supergirl, what'd you think? Move the needle?
Yeah,
I wanna see it.
I'm definitely want to see it. Yeah, I think this trailer did a better job of hyping it than the teaser did.
I agree.
Yeah.
I saw lots
Even
of
though the teaser
rumblings.
was a lot of fun, I loved it. So I
Yeah.
mean, this only solidified it more for me.
Well, we got to see Lobo in this, which was nice.
Mhm.
And they hint at Brainiac in the flashback sequences, and we know Brainiac's the villain in the next Superman. So I like the through
Yeah, it
line.
looks like
that they're-
Kandor was in the process of getting shrunk.
Yeah, so I like that they're telling the story well, flowing this. So
Yeah, they're creating a good intersection point.
yeah, so
And she's out there looking for people,
yeah,
other survivors, and so it'd be interesting because that can loop right back into.
she can
The
be the
next
reason
Superman
why
film.
Brainiac discovers that Superman's on Earth because of what she's
Right.
doing. For all we know,
Yeah.
Lobo could have been hired by Brainiac, which would be great if Lobo's actually hired by him to seek out any Kryptonians that might survive. That'd be a really cool way, and then he can report back to Brainiac at the end, and Brainiac be like, Earth, I'm going after her. And maybe he doesn't know Superman's there, but maybe he's at least like, oh, well, I want that Kryptonian. She needs to be in the bottle. She needs to be in the bottled city, so I will go after her to get her and pull her in. There's lots of fun things they can do. But it looks great. I'm excited. Spider-Man. Spider-Man didn't move the needle.
Oh, it looks
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, yeah, it looks great.
It looks really good.
I like Punishers in it. That makes me happy. I
Go
also like
home,
He's gonna have an
Frank.
awfully awkward time.
yeah. And did you notice that the tarantula is in it? They had like a scene with the tarantula.
Oh, I
It's
did
an
catch
old,
that. Yeah.
old Spider-Man villain, Eric. He was in Amazing Spider-Man, but he's the cover villain. They actually recreate the cover of Spectacular Spider-Man #1 in that trailer. Scorpion's in it, looked really cool. I like how that, and tying it back to the first movie. And Boomerang is supposedly in this movie, so I'm excited to see how they're gonna put in all these like crappy old villains and stuff. And I just want to know who in their right goddamn mind puts the Hulk on their tenure track professor list. Like I get it, he's
Hey,
smart.
John.
Don't have him teaching. He's the Hulk. At any point in time, something could go wrong.
Well, he seems to have really mastered it, so maybe he had some proof he had to provide.
That school is getting leveled.
Or, hey,
That
maybe it's pro
school's-
bono.
that-
Maybe he's teaching pro bono.
It would have to be. That school's getting leveled. But I don't know how the insurance would cover him there. You know, the insurance would be like, no.
They lied.
If the rumors are true and Sadie Sink is playing Jean Grey and this is going to be about mutating Peter into the Man Spider, there's a lot of things rumors that Peter has to fight Grey Hulk, and Sadie Sink is the one who activates Grey Hulk within him. Dear God. Just and Grey Hulk against Punisher, gonna be an amazing fight.
This is where my Marvel knowledge drips because I'm like, I don't know what's so bad about Grey Hulk.
He's just he's
smart.
He's smart. He has Banner's intelligence. Well,
He's
Mr.
like
Fix-It has
what
Banner's
Banner is when he's
intelligence.
Hulk right now anyway.
Yeah. So they'll probably, most likely what they'll do to flip it is they'll probably have a Grey Hulk be a Savage Hulk. Is probably what they'll do. Since he's already basically Grey Hulk. Anyway. He's actually closer to Mr. Fix-It than he is Grey Hulk. But Mr. Fix-It was Grey Hulk as a gangster, Eric. Look it up. It's fun.
And now everybody who's not comic book familiar is already tuning out. All right.
They are. But we're going to bring them back. We're bringing them back in,
go.
baby, with He-Man or Masters of the Universe. I am so excited. This movie, I feel it's going to be like Anaconda, Eric. It's just going to be fun. May not be winner of the year storyline, but I'm excited for Masters.
Can I tell you about the controversy that lies inside this film?
Other than Jared Leto, sure.
No, that's problematic. It's the whole pronoun thing, man. Pronouns are bad.
Oh. Yes, there's that controversy.
Should it be
with
they
My
men?
pronouns are American citizen.
The best
man.
though is the people who are having problems that he has his pronouns listed in it is he's
Did they not get the
literally
joke?
named after pronouns. He's
Did they not
just,
get that? I couldn't believe it. It's like, you didn't figure out that's a joke?
Yeah, it's
No? Oh, okay, cool.
and the Leto part, he looks fan-fucking-tastic. And you know what?
Maybe it's because he's basically CGI that maybe this won't go horrible.
Well, it's just his face is CG because he was on set wearing the blue bodysuit.
Of course he was.
That was there. It's just CG. I can live with it. And his voice didn't bother me. Don't get me wrong. I would love the voice, but
I mean, you can never top what's his name?
Mark Hamill.
Yeah, thank you.
So I'm fine. I think this movie looks fantastic. They had Trapjaw in it, and Trapjaw is like cartoon accurate, and that makes me happy. Like I'm getting Trapjaw, motherfuckers. I'm
looking forward to Idris Elba's Man of War. So
Man at Arms. Yes, I'm looking
Man at
forward
Arms.
to that
Sorry,
too.
yeah.
Sorry, I can go deep into He-Man. My He-Man knowledge is good. The toys started going on sale today. Anyway, so that is He-Man. That is the last of those. Eric, we are the #1 podcast on public library recommendations. Can you give us a recommendation for a public library?
Boy, can I. And in fact, today I'm going to give you a recommendation, throwing it back just like this movie does, old school, to when I would always try to find a way to tie in the library to the movie. Because this week we're going to the Walla Walla Public Library in Walla Walla, Washington. The zip code there is 99362 for those of you keeping score. So the Walla Walla Public Library. It opened in November of 1897. Earlier efforts to establish a library for the public in the city of Walla Walla date back all the way to the mid 1860s and the early 1870s, but neither of these subscription libraries proved to be sustainable. Now, after Washington became a state, Walla Wallans lobbied the state legislature to pass a law that would authorize municipalities to start and finance free public libraries. After such a law was passed in 1895, Walla Walla citizens raised money to establish their public library. In 1905, with funding from, you guessed it, Andrew Carnegie, the library moved into its first building. The Walla Walla Carnegie Library building was designed by Henry Osterman. He was born 1862. He is the architect of many Walla Walla public buildings, and he based his design on the recently constructed Herrick Library of Wellington, Ohio. Herrick, Herrick. The Women's Reading Club, which had been honored with a meeting room in the library, hosted the dedication, and that was on a Wednesday evening, December 13th, 1905. Like many public libraries at the time, the Walla Walla Public Library had a better building than collection. The new building was built to accommodate perhaps 25,000 volumes or so at the time, but the library's collection in 1905 numbered only about 15% of that. So soon after the Carnegie Building opened, a circular letter was sent to solicit donations of books and money, and the Women's Reading Club helped again by raising money for children's books. The prosperity of the library, which had to add a balcony to accommodate its collection in 1925 and expand its children's room in the building's basement in 1931, slowed during the Great Depression. The library continued to adapt to local changes, such as the temporary influx of military families connected with a World War II air base that became a hospital. But as it approached its semi-centennial, the library became increasingly constrained by its Carnegie facility. So remember, it started with 15%, and now it's pushing out, World War II time. So the library did not have a new building, however, until 1970, by which time many of the library's 50,000 books were packed almost inaccessibly in the Carnegie Building's basement and even stacked in boxes in the men's room, just like Mar-a-Lago. So the new building, a single-story brick structure not far down Alder Street from the Carnegie Building, was dedicated on Saturday, June 13th, 1970, with an address by Senator Henry M. Jackson. The new building tripled the amount of space available to the library and enabled it to expand its collections and programs. The library now had space for 80,000 books, large reading rooms for adults and children, rooms for public programs and events, an audiovisual room, and of course, appropriate staff facilities. Now, why the Walla Walla Public Library? Because, of course, our famous actor today is Adam West, and he was born William Wes Anderson on September 19th, 1928 in Walla Walla, Washington, of course. His father, Otto Anderson, was a farmer, and his mother, Audrey Valine, I believe, was an opera singer and a concert pianist who left her Hollywood dream to care for the family. So, following her example, West intended to go to Hollywood after completing school, though he started his acting career in the late 1940s at the Little Theater of Walla Walla. He then moved to Seattle with his mother when he was 15, and that followed his parents' divorce. Now, West died, sadly, back in June of 2017. He was 88. And so on June 15th, 2017, Los Angeles projected the bat signal on City Hall as a tribute, and Walla Walla had the bat signal shine upon the landmark Whitman Tower. The Whitman was relit for the inaugural Adam West Day in Walla Walla, which launched on the actor's September 19th birthday. So you can go and still see it, I believe. Adam West Day celebrates his legacy and his life in movies, TV, theater, and radio, and is many residents' way of saying thank you for helping to put Walla Walla on the map. So thank you, Adam West. And yes, September 19th, I believe it is an ongoing tradition to have a Adam West Day, so feel free to check it out this coming September if you're in the area. Now, if you're also in the area for Adam West Day, I hope you will swing by the Walla Walla Public Library, which we are talking about. It's open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. So when you're there for the September 19th birthday, check it out, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday. If it's on a Saturday, you could get there 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And if it's on a Sunday, sorry, you're out of luck because it is not open on Sundays. So Monday through Saturday only opening 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. weekdays. Saturday 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can get there. I hope you do. I hope you check out this library, and I hope you check it out at the same time as Adam West Day and celebrate all that is Adam West and Walla Walla for the Walla Walla Public Library in Walla Walla, Washington. Back to you, Casey.
Thank you, Eric, and thank you for ruining Adam West for me by letting me know that he has a connection to Wes Anderson, if in name only.
Jesus.
Um, speaking of the middle
You're the
finger,
worst, Burr.
speaking of the middle finger that is there, we didn't talk about it earlier. I'm going to do it right now. Every year we do an Oscars thing. Now, normally we try to do like an Oscars special. We couldn't do it because of my vacation.
Casey was on vacation.
I was. So we couldn't watch it live, but we did still make our predictions, catch those predictions a couple episodes earlier. But we normally have our normal thing, and we do who wins and who loses. And the winner gets to pick a movie, any movie that we all have to watch. It can be punishing movie. It can be a movie that they like. So first time I won, I picked one that was semi-punishing. On the second time that I won, I picked something that was one of my favorite movies I wanted these guys to watch.
The Abyss, right?
Abyss. Dr. John won, and he had picked a movie that he really liked, and he wanted us to go back and rewatch. So we did. So before I tell you who it was, I just want to tell you the amounts people got right. I feel like when John won last time, it was one off. Like he won by one.
You knew I'd won because I
of,
picked it one in one category different than you, and that was the difference.
And
I remember.
Yep. Okay, so on this one, here are the numbers, and I'm not going to go through what all won the Oscars. You can look that up yourself. But the numbers are, here we go. I'll say the numbers, and then I'll tell you who got them. One of us got 6. One of us got 7. One of us got 9.
Oh, all right.
No, those are way off. I feel like we had like double digits for a couple of them.
Yeah, something is off on this. Why are they? Oh, is this the? Oh, this is the last one. Sorry, for some reason it went to the last. Hey, I'll redo. I'm gonna go to it. That's my mistake. I pulled up the.
There
one.
You go, folks.
Here we go. Sorry. I had written the tally on here, but I don't know where it is. So let me just do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Sorry. So one of us got 13. Better than I was expecting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One of us got 10. And then one of us
so we're making improvements in our
1,
guessing.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
12?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it was off by 1.
Oh, 1.
Again.
I bet I came in last place, didn't I?
Dr. John came in last with 10.
Got it.
None of us picked Best Picture, by the way. None of us picked Best Picture. I came in second place with 13. And Eric came in number 1 with 14. And the one really, Eric, that saved you, it's not Best Picture. I don't remember. It might be like script or something. I'd have to look and see. But One Battle After Another, you voted on that one by yourself, and you also did All the Empty Rooms, which I think was a documentary short story, a documentary one. And Kate Hawley for costumes for Frankenstein. You had those are the ones that you got, but you won. Congratulations, Eric. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well-deserved win. It was a tight race. And you hadn't won yet, so definitely well-deserved. So what is the movie that you would like us to watch? Because I know you already picked it.
I did. It is baseball themed. It is a childhood favorite of mine.
Is it Sandlot?
No, it's not The Sandlot. But it is family friendly. I definitely think you can watch it.
Wait a minute. Is it the one about Bad News Bears?
No.
Okay.
Mr. Baseball.
Nope.
Field of Dreams.
Do we want to keep guessing, or should I just tell you?
Field of Dreams.
No.
Okay. All right. Go tell us.
It is Rookie of the Year, and you can find it on Disney Plus. It was something I watched a ton as a kid. It's been a long time since I watched it, so I apologize if it does not hold up. I do not expect it to hold up super well, but it is a lot of fun.
Where he breaks his arm and he learned he can.
And then all of a sudden he can. The kid
one.
can be in. He's a pitcher in the.
I'm surprised
for the Cubs.
I'm surprised you didn't do Angels in the Outfield.
No, because no,
Okay.
like that one was fine. This one was my childhood favorite
Okay.
as a kid. So
Well, all right.
up to you guys when we watch it. Baseball is just now starting, so that's part of why I chose it. It is
Let's
also easily available, so we can figure that out.
we'll talk about it and get it on the schedule. I have an idea for when we can do it, but I'll need to talk to you about some timing on it. We can discuss that later. But Rookie of the Year will be our movie, and this is not a punishing one. This is one that Eric just wants to share a
It is
childhood
not
favorite.
punishing,
So,
in my opinion, but it could be depending on if you like it or
but
not.
I meant like you're sharing one that is a childhood favorite. So
I'm
that's
sharing
what.
one that was a favorite for me as a kid. I'm
Awesome.
hope you don't kill it because it would hurt my feelings. I kid, I
We'll
kid.
see. All
I'll
right,
probably
now
tear it apart.
we're gonna do the movie. This is what you're all here for, and it took us a little bit to get here, but that's what happens. Welcome to Not Funny Guys. We
Oh,
watched Batman the movie that came out on July 30th, 1966. It came out oddly enough. Originally this movie was going to come out before the TV series, and then they decided to do the TV
Yeah.
series first. So they do one season of the TV series, and then
Yeah, he comes
immediately
between.
went into filming this show. Like they stopped filming, and like the next week they went into the movie. I watched this digitally. It is available on all formats except for 4K. I don't think there's a 4K of it. It is a PG-13 movie. Oddly enough, it is a 20th Century Fox movie, not a Warner Brothers movie, and it aired on ABC, so there was ties to Disney, which is still ties to Disney now that Disney owns Fox, so it's technically a Disney movie. If you really want to get into it, it's very weird and convoluted. Welcome to Hollywood. This movie runs 1 hour and 45 minutes. The movie itself has a budget. Where's our watch list so I can add on there? It has a budget of $1.3 million. $1.3
That's a
million.
lot of money back then.
That is, especially for a movie based on a TV show.
Yeah.
mhm.
The movie grossed $3,315. That is what it
Wow.
grossed. Yep. I watched this with the commentary when he's running around with the bomb and Batman says the line like, "This is
Oh
a
God,
big
that's so fun. That's the best part.
you can never get rid of a bomb or you can never get rid of a bomb or whatever
Oh,
the
that's
line
one of
is."
the best bits, man.
In
It
the
is so good. It made me love it.
in the commentary, because it was Burt Ward and Adam West talking about it. Adam West goes, "I wasn't talking about the movie." So it's rather amusing. However,
However,
$1.3 million is what it cost to make this. If you look up on Wikipedia,
mhm.
Wikipedia says that in rentals, this movie made $3.9 million
Wow.
Interesting.
in
Well,
rentals.
hey, they
So
got it somewhere on the back end.
it did get it back, which I wish I could see more of those details. That's the type of thing that I really want to know is
Uh-huh.
like what's the home box office doing
Right.
for this thing. All right.
Mm.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we used to do see who can guess the closest to that, and then I changed it up, and we created the Golden Abacus Awards. Dr. John has won the last two series of the Golden Abacus Awards. He won for Scream, and he won the 1994 one. Now, the Golden Abacus Awards are basically a trivia night, and I can ask any goddamn question that I want to ask, and I will ask some random, obscure questions, as you are about to find out in the next couple of seconds. So, question number one of your three questions: how many episodes of Batman the TV
Mm.
series are there?
Jeez.
You have to be
I'm trying to remember how many
Episodes?
seasons there were.
closest within five to
I'm
get the
just trying to
point.
remember how many seasons there were.
Three, I believe.
Okay, so let's say 45.
All right. Dr. John says
I'm
45.
gonna say 55.
55. I would like to, I've you've locked in your numbers. I want to first start this off with this show was in syndication, which means it had to have over 100 episodes.
Oh, okay. So then,
Oh,
But I've already locked in your numbers. Neither of you are
yeah.
going to get the point because you're not closest within five of
I'm
this.
closest though, right?
You are, but I said I threw out the qualifier. You need to be closest
You
within five.
son of a bitch.
I know. We're
You're just
making this
you're just
one.
trying to hurt me.
We're making this one harder. 120
Oh, wow.
episodes.
Wow.
And if you want the breakdown real fast,
What's
I
funny
will
is I was
say-
heading towards 100, and then you said 3 seasons. I was like, wow, about 20 something a season. So
Well,
short it
that's
in.
why I'm gonna say how many episodes there are in a season.
Well, clearly over 30
First season had
or 40. Technically.
34 episodes. The first season. The second season had a grand total of 60 episodes, but I believe the
Holy
second
moly.
season is when they switched to the 30-minute episodes. Because
Oh, was season one an hour?
it was an hour, and then it switched to two.
Wow.
That's when the find out what happens next time, folks. Same bat
Mm.
time, same bat channels, because they did the break.
Yeah.
And then season 3 is 26 episodes, and I believe season 3 is when they introduce Yvonne Craig. Yeah, the first episode is Enter Batgirl. Is when Yvonne Craig came in. All right, neither of you get the point for that one. Second question. This one is worth a total of however many you can get right on this. All right. So you get a shot. And then we're going to see. All right. Here's the question. This movie had 4 villains in it. It had the Riddler, it had Catwoman, it had Joker, and it had the Penguin.
The Catwoman, by the
The
way.
Catwoman. Can you name the villains that were in the TV show, not in this movie? These villains were all in the TV show. Name as many as you can.
Oh,
Villains that were not in this one that were in the TV show?
Yep. Name as many as you can. And I'm gonna cut you off after 1 minute. So start now.
Was Two-Face in it?
You're saying Two-Face, all right?
Poison Ivy,
Hold on.
Two-Face, Mr. Freeze. I don't even know if he was around by then. Fudge. I'm trying to think. I don't think
I know there's
Kingpin
a
would have been in
different
this.
Catwoman, but I don't think you're counting
Kingpin's
that one.
not in that.
Nope, I already
this
said
Marvel.
Catwoman. It's 3 actors who play Catwoman, but
Mad Hatter.
All right.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Egghead, maybe? I seem to remember that.
You have about 10 seconds left.
That's all I can remember.
I'll say Egghead just to.
Mr. Calendar. Maybe Mr.
Oh,
Calendar's in it.
Who was the dot guy from the original, from the remake that
Polka Dot Man?
Yeah, I'll say Polka Dot Man.
All right, time is up. So, all right. Here's the list. King Tut was one. He was a reoccurring character. Mr. Freeze. 2 different actors played Mr. Freeze. Mad Hatter. Mad Hatter was one. Eric, did you say Mad Hatter? I believe did you?
I said Mad
Hatter. No,
he
said it. I didn't say Mad Hatter.
You didn't. Okay. Mad Hatter. Egghead was one. That was Vincent Price's
character. I did say that one because I stole that one from you.
Came back multiple times. He was a favorite. Marsha, Queen of Diamonds. Nope. Shame, which was, I believe, a cowboy character going off of Shane. Louis the Lilac. And Olga, Queen of the Cossacks. Played by Zsa Zsa Gabor. So Two-Face was going to be in it. Harlan Ellison wrote the episode, but they did not do it. They did turn the script into a comic book, and then they'd made an animated film with that script, played by our friend Captain Kirk. Poison Ivy was not in it. Calendar Man was not in it, and Polka Dot Man was not in it. So you both get 2 points each.
All right. Tied.
Now,
I would have never gotten half that list.
All right, here you go. Here you go.
Here's names.
Here's the last one. Batman show had a ton of cameos in it. Every episode had a cameo, at least one cameo. Some of them had multiple cameos. How many cameos of people coming out of the window were there between the TV show and the movie? Can you just tell me the number?
What do you mean coming out of the window, like stepping? Like
remember when they're climbing? Remember when they're climbing the building and the guy opened up the window and poked his head out for a second?
Yeah,
that was a running bit in the show. They used it a lot. Can you tell me? They did not use it 120 times. I'm going to just throw that out there. Only times when they're claiming the building. Can you tell me how many? I have the exact number. You got to be. This will be Price is Right rules, getting closest without going over. And bonus points. 30. Bonus points. If you can name different ones. For everyone you can name, you get a bonus point. Dr. John, did you say you're going with 30?
Yeah, and what's his name?
Let me get
a Rat Pack.
Eric, do you want to say a number real quick while he's thinking that name? Because I got to do a timer for you.
I'll do a higher one. I'll say 55.
All right.
I'll go back to that number.
Here you go. You got 1 minute. Name as many as you can for bonus points.
I can't.
Sammy Davis Jr. was definitely one of them.
I like that.
That's
I'll
what I was
say
thinking.
Sammy Davis, Frank Sinatra, I think would probably be another one if we're talking Rat Pack. Um, Gosh, I don't. The Harlem Globetrotters. I feel like we're making appearances all over the place. I don't know if I have to pick a certain one, but I'll just say a Harlem Globetrotter at the
Fine.
very least,
I'll
or
allow
Harlem
it.
Globetrotters.
I know one.
Uh,
Jerry Lewis had to be in there.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Sammy Davis Jr.,
Um,
Jerry Lewis.
what's a good basketball? Dr. J? Would
20
Dr. J
seconds
have
left.
been there?
Okay, I
I'll
know
say
that some of
Dr.
these things.
J.
I know they cameoed, but I don't know if they were in a window. I know Green Hornet and Kato were in this show.
That's a good. That's a good
I don't
one.
know if they were a window though.
10
Um,
seconds.
Clark Kent, maybe. Is a fun little goofy. The Flash. I know, not the. Yeah,
Time.
the Flash. I don't know.
Time. All right. Here we go. Here is the list. Both of you, by the way, are off on your number. It was 15, so no points there because you went over. Both of you went over.
Okay.
Here's the list. Jerry Lewis, number one. Dr. John gets that point. Jerry Lewis. Dick Clark,
Ah, should have thought of that one.
counting as one, not separate people because they come out together. Green Hornet and Kato.
Oh, well, they were. They were okay.
They do.
Well done. Well done.
Yay.
Sammy Davis Jr.
I have a vivid memory. I knew that was one was definitely there.
That is one of the most iconic ones, honestly, is that one. Bill Dana as Jose Jimenez. I don't know who that is. Howard Buff as Detective Sam Stone from the Felony Squad. Warner Klimper as Colonel Clink from Hogan's Heroes. Tim Cassidy as Lurch from the Addams Family. That's the one that always sticks in my head because Lurch comes out and is like, you rag. Don Ho, Santa Claus, Art Linkleiter, Edward G. Robinson, Susie Knickerbocker, Cyril Lord, the Carpet King, and George Caesar.
Wow. All right. I think
Dr.
So
John
we
John,
wins.
we needed to go back and familiarize ourselves with 60s TV shows.
yes.
Yeah.
So today, Eric has a total of 3 points, and Dr. John has a total of 5.
Boo hiss.
All right, Dr. John is slowly winning the Abacus Awards, but this is a long run, so we're going to see. And folks, now you know the type of questions that I will ask. I will get deep into some shit.
He's trying to keep us on our toes, folks.
I am. This movie was directed by Leslie Martinson. It was written by Lorenzo Semple Jr. Composer was Nilson Riddle, and the cast was Adam West as Batman, Burt Ward as Robin, Lee Merriweather as Catwoman, the third Catwoman, Cesar Romero,
Yes.
the Latin lover, as Joker, who refused to shave his mustache, Burgess Meredith as
that.
the Penguin, Frank Gershon, the second Riddler, was the Riddler. The other one was Gomez Adams of Sean Astin's dad. I can't think of his
The
name.
adopted father, yeah.
Yeah, I can't think.
He's
it's
still
Aston.
alive, I think.
He is still alive. What's his name? Aston. I don't know.
Jerry Aston or
No,
whatever.
he'll
Is
look
that
it
the-
up.
is that
just
the
saw a
Riddler?
birthday thing from him. He's like 99 years old.
I know.
Is that the Riddler or the Penguin?
He was the other Riddler in the show.
He was the original Riddler.
He was the
I think.
original Riddler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Not in the
Gershon.
movie though.
No, not in the movie. It's Frank
No.
Gershon in this one. Alan Napier as Alfred. I call Neil Hamilton as Commissioner Gordon, Stafford Rep as Chief O'Hara, and I call this one out because she makes a cameo. But she's a huge part of the TV show. It's Midge Blake as Aunt Harriet, and she's always wondering, what are you guys doing on these little excursions? She's the one that hints at all of the gay stuff that happens in the show.
They are big.
Frederick
you must
Wortham was
be
already
gay.
there in the 1950s, guys.
I
Don't worry.
know this show had a lot of weird controversies, Eric. It's a fun one. I recommend. The Christian right, or the conservative Christians of the nation, really thought that Robin's package was a little bit too prominent and a little bit too big. And so they wanted him to take hormones to shrink it down some. And he was like, no. And they're like, no, it's too big.
They wanted him to shrink
Yeah.
his penis?
Yes, because it was too big. It was too big and too bulky looking in that costume. So ultimately what ends up happening is he just wears extra like codpieces and stuff to try to hold it in.
Push it down.
Yeah, push it down a little bit. Also, apparently the tights were very heavy. The capes were made out of Chinese silk, and were also heavy. And Robin,
They look weighted. So,
gets injured a lot during the making of this because they were like, we don't need to stop versus do the thing. You don't do
Well,
the
also
thing.
like throughout the whole movie, Batman's like, we have to do this. Robin, go do it.
Well, in the boat sequence near the end of the movie, when they're doing all the boat things, Robin almost drowns. Like Burt Ward almost drowns in a scene where they
that
bang
dick
too
really
much.
weighed him down, I think.
It did. He makes a lot of dick jokes.
Was he
on
uncircumcised? Because maybe if he had circumcised, he would have had just enough less,
Yeah,
in
just
the
enough booty.
commentary, he makes a lot. Him and Adam West make a lot of dick jokes. Adam,
What a thing to be known for, by the way. Like, thank
know.
you, TV, for letting everyone know I have a giant wing.
yeah. In
My
the
ladies,
commentary,
my nightlife is great.
every time that Batman is a,
They
or
call
Bruce,
me Nightwing.
every time Bruce is around Catwoman, in the commentary, he's like, "Oh, there's something stirring in my utility belt." There's like a ton of like jokes like
Oh,
that.
Adam West. I did. So I actually bought this so that I could go back and listen to commentary.
It's a really good commentary.
Because it was
to
either
listen.
rent or buy, and I was like, I'll just pay the extra $5 to buy it.
You know what I love
It's
about
all
this
right.
show and this movie is all of the little catch lines Robin
Yeah.
has.
I know. He has so
Like,
many.
holy marathon.
Yes. Expect to hear a lot of those coming up in this next run because I would try to incorporate one every episode. The another part in I think it's the first episode when they're doing the Batmobile driving out. The door opens up and Robin grabs it and pulls it in and almost pulls his finger off, and he has to go to the hospital. So that's a fun little fact about the
shnikes.
show. And then another little fun thing, and with the leggings, they had to dye them a different color, and when they did, they didn't take in consideration that it would clog the pores of the leggings, so it made the leggings heavier and more uncomfortable to wear. The bat cycle, when they use it, from the sounding, listening to the commentary, Adam West really flew that helicopter off the ground. Like that was actually them in there. From listening to the commentary,
Hey, I cut some corners, guys.
I mean,
You
I
gotta
can kind
this
of believe
budget
it. Actually.
under
It's the
2
60s,
million.
Yeah.
yeah, and he drove the boat for real because they talk about him drive. There's one scene where it stuck people, and they point it out. They're like, "Oh, we were in that boat. It was fun." But the other thing in there was the motorcycle. There was a button to really eject the motorcycle piece off of it, and they were like,
stupid.
they were like,
that was clearly just a toy moment.
yes, that's exactly why both of them were in here. Were for those three vehicles were in here was for the toy.
Yeah.
They call that out in the commentary, but 9 out of 10
White Thanos
times,
had a helicopter.
9 out of 10 times, the motorcycle piece, the sidecar, never went where it was supposed to. They were like, you would push the button, and I had no control over it. I didn't know where it was going to go. It would just go. And they're like, didn't it one time take you into a river? He goes, no, it took me into a thorn bush, and I had thorns all over me.
Holy heart failure. Batman.
It's a great commentary to listen to for some of the stuff that
Oh my
happens.
goodness, that sounds fun. Yeah.
I love the shark repellent spray.
Oh my God! Yes,
And I love the shark attack period. He comes out
Yes.
and the shark's on his leg. You're like, that's it.
You know what was
Nothing?
happening at this moment? Steven Spielberg was getting high, and he's like, "There's a movie there."
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably in his dorm room, getting high, and like,
In the
Dude.
commentary, he talks about
Guys,
it's
we
like
got to go make a movie.
in the commentary, he's like, yeah, we do the shark, and he goes, I hit the shark, and you hear me hitting it, and the production team was like, we got to do a different sound. He's like, no, leave the sound in. They're like, but then people will know it's not a fake shark. And he goes, if they don't know it's a fake shark, then something's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, if people are really being fooled by this, like,
I know.
that's what I will say. Like, this movie did a great job. Like, and I think it's an Adam West thing, especially
It's
his
totally Adam
delivery of like always being like, we know this was ridiculous, but we're
Yeah.
gonna sell it anyway.
Yes.
Right? Like,
And-
hey, how did you survive that bomb? Luckily, I hid behind these lead pipes.
Yeah.
Or thank God for that porpoise that jumped in the way of the torpedo.
They
Like,
talk.
just so many stupid things.
They
Was
talk
that
about,
Aquaman? Do you think that was supposed to be Aquaman reference?
Oh, that'd
at
be
all?
great. I don't think it was supposed to be. They talk in the commentary about how on the TV show they fought for their characters to stay the same. That all these directors would come in and they're like, "Oh, we need Batman to be this way," and it's like, "No, that's not this Bat. This Batman is this," and they were stewards of that character. During the scene when they're doing the shark bit, and Robin's climbing down. Burt Ward's like, thank God I remembered to put on the autopilot on this, or we would have been in trouble. Adam West goes on
Everything's a
like
bat something. I totally get that joke
Yeah.
now. Like, you
Yeah.
know, the
Adam West
bat
goes
this,
in.
bat that.
Adam West goes into a whole thing where he's like, I love playing this character because I love the theater of the absurd, and this is nothing but absurdity.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And once he says that, I was like,
yes.
I totally get this movie in a different light now.
This
'cause
is a
it's-
very absurd movie.
yeah.
I should have watched it with the commentator on. I probably would have given it a higher rating.
It's
Well,
a lot of
I
fun
think-
with the commentary.
I think the truth is like he knows it's absurd, right? Which is
Yeah.
what causes his explanations. And like there's like something like, oh, it's this and this, Batman. Yes, that's the only logical explanation, right?
Yeah.
Like just little lines like that, like like they're all in on the game. And once I realized that, it was like maybe 20, 30 minutes in, that it wasn't just bad production. I was like, oh, this is beautiful.
Don't worry. In the 70s, Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams had to really undo everything that got done in the series.
Yeah, this
Well,
did
it's
hurt
such
the-
an interesting take on Batman to know like
It
what
is.
we've done now, like how dark and brooding it is. Like this was such a fun romp.
Yeah.
This is not something that I think any other Batman could pull off. Not just because it's so cheesy, but like just that level of fun and interest.
It's
I'm
an artifact of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
I'm glad we watched.
You couldn't
this
do it now for other reasons too.
Right. I'm glad we watched this because I think it's going to help when we get to Batman and Robin.
Oh God.
And they
yes.
did redo this, Eric. It was called Batman Brave and the Bold. It was a Cartoon Network cartoon, and it's Dietrich Bader as Batman, and they
Okay.
play it just as silly as the show, and it works so well in animated form. Of course,
All right, I can see that.
these two Batman and Robin will go on to do some other things. They will do I think it's Legion of Supervillains short. They did like an hour-long TV special where they brought in Batman and Robin and some other characters to play superheroes and villains. So like Solomon Grundy, and I think there's a Joker, like a whole bunch of them. It's really bad, but it's like an hour-long special. They also come back and do the Scooby-Doo movies. There's two Scooby-Doo
Okay.
movies where the cast
Oh, that's
comes
right.
and do their characters
Yeah, that makes sense.
and play
All right.
them again. So it was a lot of fun. One of my favorite commentary parts is Catwoman's. It's one of the first scenes where you see Catwoman. She's got her cat, and like all the villains are freaking out over the cat. And Burt Ward's like, "What was the name of her cat again?" And Adam West thinks about it for a second. He goes, "Oh, it was named He Cat." And then he goes, "Her pussy was named He Cat." It made me laugh. It made me
They have
giggle.
about as many double entendres as early Bond films. In this
Yes.
thing.
Did you notice
Yeah.
all the Dutch angles that they do?
Yeah,
Like, so
all the villain shots were Dutch angle basically,
Yeah.
especially the early shots when it was just them in their lair.
So I never
Or
knew
layers or
why.
whatever.
Do you know
John
why?
Aston.
John
That's
Aston,
who.
thank you. Do you know why they're Dutch angles? Because I now know. I officially know. They say it in the commentary.
I don't. I guess I don't know the true reason. I would assume it's to add an oddness, to add something off.
So, not
the
so
villain,
think of it
the
from a
villain
theater.
aspect.
Think of
Oh,
it from
crap.
a theater perspective. You're really close.
Really
Uh-huh.
quickly here, John Aston technically died today
Oh,
What?
as of a recording.
What? Are you
oh,
serious?
Nikes today,
Yeah,
April 2nd.
second.
Wow,
Like right now? Like I haven't gotten the
96.
news. I haven't gotten
96
a,
or 2026.
No, he's saying he was 96.
Oh wow.
How do you spell his last name?
Astin.
That's what I thought.
Folks, that's just
At
what
least
happens
I'm
on the
seeing
show.
something that
We
said
get
he
derailed.
died, so
Yeah, this is what happens. I'm not seeing and it's is the JOHN or JON?
John.
Oh, that's what I thought.
I don't know. I saw something that said maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's not dead. Maybe it's just his birthday. I'm hoping I'm wrong.
Um,
Sorry to interrupt everybody, but we'll
No,
come back to that.
it's okay. No, that's a breaking news story. If that like
I don't know.
literally,
I
would've-
saw something that said that, so I don't know.
I'm getting a lot of like happy birthday things online for him. I'm not seeing
His birthday is March 30th, so there is that.
Yeah, his birthday was recent. Was just a couple days ago.
yeah, I'm not seeing anything saying if he died.
Okay, maybe
then
I'm
it's-
jumping the gun there.
Yeah, it might be.
I hope not,
It would
but
be
that
like
would be
literal
terrible.
breaking news. You caught it before like TMZ puts that out. Okay, so you think because of what was it, Eric? Think your theater thought. Why are they Dutch angles? And then John, why do you think they're Dutch angles? I have the actual reason. I know.
I don't know what Dutch angles are,
That's
so
the
is it just
crooked angle. It's where
the crooked? Okay.
everything's at an angle. So why
The
do you
camera's
think
at an angle.
why are the villains
I don't
always in
know.
that?
I
It's okay, I'll tell you. Because they are all crooked characters. They're villains, they're crooks, they're all
That's
crooked,
good.
they're all bent
Oh.
personally. So they made the conscious choice whenever a villain's on the screen to have it slightly at a Dutch angle.
So
Fun fact
Wikipedia
for you.
is saying John Aston is dead as of today,
Okay,
but
then
nothing else is saying
I'm
that.
also reading things that mention that he has not passed away, but there's like a talk about a Mandela effect.
All right. Well,
All right.
I have not seen a
Let's wait.
thing.
Well, guess we'll wait. By the time, folks, you're hearing this, you should know.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you Google him, it says there's nothing about his death. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, I really like it. I like the Eric. Were you familiar with this Batman? Where like
I mean, my dad liked it. I had certainly seen. I knew about this Batman, but I have not like watched.
you never like watched the
episodes
show or
things like
anything?
that. No, not really.
I recommend the show. It holds up better than you think. It is silly, dumb
Oh, it's
fun
very
like this.
goofy. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is silly, dumb fun. But some of the cameos, you're like, oh, this is amazing to see these actors in their prime
Yeah.
coming out there. But the Shakespeare bust, that's an iconic thing. I like to see that. I never noticed this before. Did you notice when they go down the bat poles? Adam West made sure to point this out. He goes, my bat pole's bigger. And then once he pointed that out, I looked, and it actually is a girthier pole that he slides down.
God.
So
I just love this, like the stupid like editing trick they did of like instant change or whatever
I know.
lever that they
I
had,
know.
bat lever of instant change. Like it was just so many things like this. Like, oh, they know how stupid this is almost. You know?
He does talk about when he does the bat pole up.
It's
He goes,
good,
it
yeah.
was
It's
like
dumb.
he's like, it was so uncomfortable because they're really shooting like steam up my private area.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's awful. I love that everything is labeled. Every fucking thing is
Yes.
labeled. Batman.
But they always have
Hey,
the
look.
absolutely perfect tool for just what
You
they
know
need.
what happened? Alfred got one of those labeling machines for his birthday or for Christmas.
That's
It was just like,
no. That's how Bruce made.
So
his
you're the
money.
Batman now. How about this bat radio or this bat boomerang?
I think that's how Bruce made his money in this universe. Was he invented that? So he invented the label maker.
he stole the idea from Alfred.
I love the.
You know, Casey, you know what it is? He's like one of those people who, because he has a secret identity, he's like a cheater. He has to keep everything very organized in order to make sure the manipulations and the double life works.
I love when they're in the helicopter at the beginning and the couple having the picnics. Like, I feel safer that Batman's up there.
Yeah, it's good knowing he's up there doing his job. I'm like, is he fucking
In a
being
better
paid
world-
for this? Is this his job?
In a better world, Batman would have peed on him too. Just, yeah, right. I'm here.
Well, that's
and
part of what I was talking about with the kind of tenor in general of this show and its positivity. Like you go into current Batman's down to I think even Tim Burton.
Yeah.
He's a nuisance, right? It's almost like a Spider-Man nuisance level of like this vigilante. We don't know if we can trust him. He's helpful, but like we're keeping an eye on him. Like so you wouldn't have those sort of picnic goers, saying shit like that. And it's just really interesting to me.
But you have to think about this in terms of the comic book
60s,
history
yeah.
too, because the reason why
Yeah,
we have this
that's
version of Batman at all has a lot to do with the Comic Code Authority and what that had done to change the course
Oh.
of comic books
Yep.
in the
To make it all nice
mid 1950s.
Yeah.
So everything became super sanitized. Like even Superman, even though he didn't have a TV show, his comic book stories were all about him going into space or starting a family. It was very Holmesy, being a good citizen, no longer a vigilante. That was out.
Yep.
Right.
That was, you don't touch that.
Yeah.
And
if you look at even the fight scenes in this, how they have the word balloons to make it more comsomedic.
Yes.
So it's not causing.
I
extra
appreciate the
bumps.
onomatopoeia. So
Yeah.
Well, everyone
Bang,
loves some
boom.
good onomatopoeia.
Cut sploosh was one of my favorites, I think. Cut sploosh.
I love that the radar doesn't work because he's ran out of batteries. The bat radar, the bat jamming device. I think.
Yeah.
Is the bat jamming.
Well, they
device.
always again one of those moments where they have the perfect thing, and then sure enough, Deus Ex, dolphin.
Yeah. I love that the military sold the submarine that gets remade to look like a penguin to Penguin. Also, the ICBM missiles that just explode to make riddles also cracks me
Or
up.
the general commentary on like politicians and military folk in general at this
Yeah.
point, like with the nations,
UN
you
thing.
know, the people as well, but like the army guy just being like, "Blah, blah, 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 I just sell stuff around." Like,
Yeah.
it's an interesting little commentary moment. And even Batman's like, "Well, you fucking idiot." You know, it doesn't say fucking, but
So the scene where he's with Miss Kitya and he's drinking, Adam West pointed out that in his brandy glass is actually just milk. And he goes, "Yes, they put milk in my thing as a joke because I was with Catwoman and I was drinking milk." There's so many there's so many weird little bits.
I will say this makes me like excited, like again about James Gunn, because I feel like he brings back the fun of DC.
He does.
That this can be. I mean, he obviously the real world stuff. You know, we talk about like you look at like Supergirl trailer.
Yeah.
It's not like it's going to be so bright and happy like this was,
Right.
but like he still knows how to have fun. You saw that in Superman. I'm sure we'll see it in Supergirl. And so
We have Guardians to learn from. So yeah,
I'm really excited about like the fact that he could actually kind of bring back this like happiness of.
well, but he
DC
also
world.
has a better understanding for how these
happiness of
characters
comics in
fit
general.
within a larger tapestry.
Yeah.
They're not one dimensional, or they don't have to all skew a certain direction.
Right.
Like with Zack Snyder, it was like everything had to skew dark. Superman,
Yeah.
Batman makes sense, but even like
The world was
he's
horrible
dragging
place and
everybody into this
these
dark
gods,
version of things, and like
I-
they don't belong there.
I feel that Gunn's Joker is going to be closer to this version of Joker.
Yeah, I hope
and
so.
I feel
hope
his
so.
Penguin's probably be closer to Danny DeVito's Penguin.
I don't know. I love this penguin.
I think this.
It's hard to take Rocky's trainer seriously
I know.
sometimes.
I know.
Yo ho, yo
this
ho,
is this
yo ho,
is my iconic.
yo ho.
This is my iconic Penguin. Like when
Yeah.
I think of the
Where does
Penguin,
Meredith?
this is the Penguin that I think of. This is actually the Riddler I think of. I'm not always a fan of this Catwoman, but I
Which
because
one?
I nostalgically watched this show. I have a Funko Pop of their Mr. Freeze. I don't know if it's within arm's reach. I can show you. It's not within arm's reach. The Mr. Freeze is a very weird looking Mr. Freeze. He's not got
Yeah, I was
the
about to
bubble
say,
thing on his
I wouldn't know
head.
what that looks like. Yeah.
I'll show you after. I'll get.
Is he blue still, or kind of icy
He's still blue.
in that way?
He's still blue.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. So, which was your favorite villain? What was your favorite villain of this?
I
mean,
still
it's
like Joker.
Yeah, it's hard not to love Cesar Romero as Joker.
Cesar Romero's just
Oh.
so goofy.
He is.
But
one
if I
of
had to
those
pick a second, it would be the
iconic
Penguin.
Jokers.
It would be the Penguin. Was just
Riddler
because like
is so
they really leaned into the comic bookness of their villain,
Yes.
and I
you can
love
always tell that Jim Carrey definitely watched this show
Yeah.
when he
Absolutely.
plays his Riddler.
Well, even his
I can
green,
see him playing off.
Yeah.
his green
Gurchins.
jumpsuit is clearly a nod to
Oh,
this,
yeah, yeah.
you know, to this
Yeah.
costume.
I mean,
Or
and this
this era
costume was
costume.
very reminiscent of what it looked like in the. I mean, these were comic accurate outfits.
Yes, they were.
Like it's kind of crazy.
I love the penguin. Like I love the comic bookiness of like the
Yeah.
penguin having the flippers on
Yeah,
the submarine
on
now.
the
Like,
submarine.
just little things like that. I was like, this is what I want out of a comic book movie. Sometimes
Yeah.
not everyone, but I don't need them to always feel real. They're comics. Like have fun with it. And like that to me is the Joker.
Yeah,
in
this
this.
is
Like
this is definitely
he's so
having
crazy.
fun.
He's having fun. You know.
Yeah. No, this is one of my favorite Jokers. But again, I grew up on this show. I used to watch the reruns all the time. I remember
did
going
not
to my
like-
grandparents.
The
and watching.
Riddler was my least favorite, probably, just because he was kind of derivative a little.
Oh,
of,
I
like,
love
Joker.
this. Is my favorite interpretation of the Riddler by far. I
actually like Jim
par-
Carrey a lot. I won't lie.
particularly Frank Gorshin's Riddler. I like his because when John Aston comes in, he's like, "I'm not shaving the Gomez stash. I'm going to have the stash."
You made it work for Caesar.
Yeah. And he plays it. He doesn't play it jokey like go and watch it. He plays it like Gomez Adams.
Yeah.
Is dressed as the Riddler. It is a very weird interpretation. Which is one of the nice things when they did have a couple of those change in, like the Catwomans and Mr. Freeze. There'll be two Mr. Freezes. They let them do their own interpretation. They weren't like, you're the same character. It's just like, nope, you're just named the Riddler. Like you are just named Mr. Freeze. This is what you are.
Interesting.
Yeah, I enjoy. Joker's my favorite in this. Then Riddler. Then Penguin. I really like Penguin a lot. And then Catwoman. I don't think they ever really captured Catwoman right in this show, and I don't know if they could because of the times. Like she's still
You tell
smart.
they were
did it,
trying
but-
because they kept shifting the character.
yeah.
little by little anyway. So it was always kind of like, well, now you have a new person playing it, so it's like,
And they never let her fight. Catwoman's scrappy. She would
no,
really
she
fight.
stretches.
It's just like, I'll throw the cat at you, or I'll
Yeah.
just step behind this henchman. Like they do that weirdness. I do love the
Mhm.
henchmen though. The henchmen are great. Yeah, it is a fun time. Last question I have on you, and we'll get off this movie. What's the overall like plot? It was very comic booky to me, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's still
it
kind of
was
fun.
fine. It was fine.
It
It
felt like
was
an extended episode of the TV show.
yes.
Yes.
And it
So-
very much was a plot built to show off each of the villains separately at different times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So like it was almost it was like an hour and 45 minutes roughly, and I
Yeah.
don't think it needed to be that long. Like
No.
the plot itself could have been a lot shorter, but because they wanted to make you have these actors coming in to do these villains, you got to give them their due. And so I think this was stretched in a lot of cases for
Yes.
those villains.
They talk in the commentary about that, about how because this was a movie version, a long form of the TV show, they had more time to actually delve into the psyche of these villains and showcase them a little bit more than they would on the
Right.
TV show. Because in the TV show, the bulk of it is Batman and Robin, not the actual
Yeah.
villains. All right, let's do our final thoughts on this. So Eric, you're up first. Final thoughts and review or rating of Batman the movie.
All right, so Batman the movie, it's not a great movie like plot or script wise, but it is silly and fun. And it to that absurdist point, I actually just amended my rating just a little bit as we were talking. I gave it 3 stars originally. I've now moved it up to 3.5 stars because I do think it earns a little bit of an extra nod, even though there's a lot of roughness to this movie and it certainly goes on a little too long in my opinion. It plays into itself, and so to that end it's also fun, and I think it's certainly a worthwhile watch. Is it a good movie? No. Is it a nostalgic movie? Yes. I'll be curious to see where this ends up on my list at the end of the day of all the Batmans, because on one hand, the other Batmans typically have better storylines, but this is so much fun, right? And so how does the fun element help boost this over, some of the other better storytelling moments
All right,
or
I can
visions?
I
So,
can agree with that. I will go next since this was Dr. John's picks.
All right.
And I'm not sharing with you guys, so it's easy for me to do this. I agree with you, Eric, on a lot of things. And I think the flaw of this movie is that without the commentary, the back half of this can get a little slow. I mean, we didn't even talk about the goofiness of the giant bomb, which is just hilarious.
That's a great bit. That's the best bit.
This is a good bid.
These ducks
It's a
here,
great bit.
they're ducks.
Yeah.
The two women in the
Or just the
front of
fact that as
camera.
he's running, the lady comes in, then this person, like every time, it was a great bit. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I love, but I was gonna say, I love, and they call this out in the commentary when everyone's clearing out the bar. There's the two women, and Adam West makes a joke. He goes, "They're our two biggest fans," and they're just eating and drinking the whole time, ignoring everything. Anywho, the pacing gets a little bit off in this movie. That's my only concern. Watching with the commentary was way better because it helped that pace. They were telling stories and jokes during that. But like the horror stuff, somehow we are in sync on this one, Eric. I also give it 3.5 stars. It is a fun nostalgic.
Good, not great.
It's a fun nostalgic movie, and it's one of those you can just have on. You're just like, I need something to watch. I want something goofy, fun.
Oh yeah.
This is a great movie to just have on and just
Definitely.
be able to smile and remember that movies can be fun. They don't always have to be serious. And I think that's the best thing for this. Dr. John?
Hey guys, guess what? 3.5 stars here too.
Woo!
Holy fuck.
All
Have we
aligned.
ever done that? I don't think we've
I don't
ever.
know.
Yeah, I think we did that
I
on
think
the
we
Crow.
have once
I think we
before,
did that on the
so-
Crow. I think we did that like last time.
Oh, were we?
But
I think so.
no, it's nostalgic.
I think we're like
It's
two
also
and a
the
half.
holy blank whatever Batman.
Yeah.
It's a nostalgia. You guys have literally already said everything I was gonna say, to be quite honest. So
We were not the same on the Crow, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, could have been.
but we are the same ranking here. So
Yes, that's what I'm like. I feel like this is the first time all three of us we've had the same ranking
In
order
201
before.
episodes, I have to believe
We've had the same
it's not.
ranking.
I can't.
We've had the same ranking order, and we've had a lot of time where two of us are in alignment, but we've never. as far as I know,
I'll
we've
have to go
never
back
had
look.
one. You're gonna go back over all two.
I need to go watch this with the commentary now, though. So
Yes, I definitely recommend watch. You can even just listen to it. Like
Yeah.
if you're on a long car ride, just put the movie on your phone and just
And then,
listen
like,
to
listen
the
to it.
commentary like
Yeah.
an audiobook. it's so
That might go. It
fantastic.
might go into like my background while I watch something or do some other work to like later this week or next week. So
Yeah, it is fan freaking tastic. I cannot recommend that enough. Now, we're going to watch a movie that is very nostalgic, and I haven't watched this movie since Dad died, I don't think.
Hmm.
I associate this next movie with my dad because he took me to see it in the movie theater. We actually had to see it twice because um and I'll tell the story more in detail next week, but there was the only time I've ever seen a film melt,
oh,
like a screen melt,
Oh, really? Like one of
was
the burn through the film type thing?
yeah, only time I've ever seen that happen in my life was this next movie that we're going to talk about, and I know exactly where
Interesting.
it was, and because of that, we went back and saw it the next night, and so I have very vivid memories of that, and so I associate this movie with my dad a lot. So
Mm.
I look forward to that. But next week we are going to do Batman, 1989's Batman, sometimes just referred to as Batman 89. This is the Tim Burton Batverse with Michael Keaton. Mr. Mom plays Batman, with Jack Nicholson playing the Joker. It is available on the Max, so you can watch it on Oh, Scream 3. Thank you, Eric. We did have another tie-in. All right, well, good. Thank you for fact checking. I appreciate That's why I love you
Mhm.
guys. Fact checking. So Batman will be the next one that we're going to do. So I hope you all watch and listen along. You can write us at notfunnyguys.offthereels@gmail.com. That's notfunnyguys.offthereels@gmail.com. Let us know your questions, comments, and concerns, thoughts. Let us know what you thought of Batman 86. Find us over on the TikTok at nfg.offthereels, over on the Insta at not_funny_guys_presents, on Twitter as Not Funny Guys Pod, on Blusky is the Not Funny Guys, over on YouTube where you're hopefully watching this right now. We are the Not Funny Guys. We would love it if you would like it, if you would subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know. Do you like this format that we're going for? I promise next week we will not let Eric do 20 movies. I promise.
I will not be able to do it, I promise. That
This
turned into a lot longer bit than you expected.
It was a lot longer bit than I expected, but well worth it. Well worth it. So thank you. Normally our episodes are not this long, folks, but I hope you appreciate it. Anyway, Dr. John over on the YouTube has been doing his Red Dwarf watch along,
almost
which
done with series 11. We only have one more left.
he says that he's never going to be done with it. He's going to
I'm
do
actually intentionally trying not to be done with it, to be
he's
quite
gonna
honest, and I admit that
Aw.
he's going to do
openly.
Yellow Dwarf next, then Black Dwarf, and then Blue Dwarf.
There are no
He's
such
getting
things.
all
But
of
okay.
them. So Neil
Green
Neil
Dwarf.
deGrasse Tyson would disagree with you.
Red little
Anyway,
person.
next up, you are going to be doing News Radio, I do believe, and I'm going to say that right now.
Yes.
News Radio. He's locked in and committed.
The last time Joe Rogan was funny.
There you go. There you go.
But not the last time he was honest or true.
Oh,
He's
dear
been that
gosh.
recently.
Dear God. All right, moving
I'm looking
on.
forward to reminding myself of how great Dave Foley and Phil Hartman were. So,
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
But Dave
Fine.
Foley's
Phil
still
Hartman,
around.
Dave
Yeah.
Foley's still alive. But,
Yeah.
if you're just listening to this, check out the YouTube, Not Funny Guys, over on YouTube. Like I said, like, subscribe. Over on your podcast service of choice, like and subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Give us a rating. We would appreciate it. Help us grow. That is the point of all of this, is to grow and expand our base so we can take over the world one not funny day at a time. Find me over on the Twitter as Vash_Maxwell. Find me on Letterboxd as VashMaxwell. Find Eric over on Letterboxd as Ekly, Ekly. Check out his ever-growing movie list. I promise he doesn't always do 20 movies at a time, but as you saw today, it's a great selection of movies. He has good taste for the most part. And then he watches that one thing and you're like, really? Really?
Rude.
You're the one who watched the racist movie. You're the one who watched the racist movie.
I didn't want to. Amazon forced me to because it started autoplaying, and then it's just been sitting in my queue since then.
Sure. Sure. That's what they all say. Dr. John, where can they find you?
You can find me over on Instagram at esoteric_by_design. You can find me on Letterboxd at esoteric_Evans, and you can find me over on Substack at esotericbydesign.substack.com.
That's right.
And you can find me and our Not Funny gal, Dr. Kristen, over on Not Funny Guys Presents Thinking About Thinking.
You cut me off with that one, but I was about to say that. What are you thinking about this week?
Well, we're a little delayed. There's been some scheduling issues due to some things going on elsewhere, but
I get it. She's
I will
stuck in
be
the Strait of
releasing an
Hormuz.
episode. I will be doing a solo episode this
Ooh.
week. We're going to talk about the fraud that is Nick Shirley. But hopefully next week we'll be launching into a two-part series. We're going to talk about anti-Semitism.
Oh. Well, I guess on your
keep
solo
it
one,
serious, but,
keeping
you
it
know.
light.
Yeah.
I guess on your solo one, it's just you thinking about your next episode of
Thinking about how annoying I am by people who get away with doing really bad arguments.
There you go.
I think if it's just one person, it's musing about musings.
Find Eric and I over on Wrestling with the Horror of It All, where we talk about WWE wrestling, which I gotta say, I am loving this catch up. I'm having a lot of fun catching up on
Paul
way
Heyman.
too much wrestling. Way too much. 9 hours of SmackDown and 6 hours of WWE Raw.
Yeah.
It is a lot of catch up, but I'm having a blast with it. So we will be talking about WWE wrestling. And horror. There is a strange connection between the two. Sometimes we reference that horror or that connection. Not always, but we're having fun. And we'll be talking about Nick Cage's finest acting moment, Willy's Wonderland. It is an amusing movie. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Anyway, we're doing horror things over there as we go from Nosferatu to Nosferatu. We're bookending it, baby. The basic premise of that, if you just want to know, Eric doesn't like horror. He's never seen horror, so we're just giving him a walk through horror history, and it's been fun experience. Also, we have one other podcast out there, and I'm just going to reference it because you guys are still listening to it. It is Not Funny Politics. We haven't recorded an episode in a long time, except for that special we did for the State of the Union. So you guys are still listening to us. So yeah, let us know. We might bring it back somehow in some form. I had an idea today. I had a small idea.
Oh dear.
Do. I know it's a scary idea. So you check that out. All right, thank you so much. Thank you, both of you. I appreciate everything you do. I appreciate our audience. I appreciate our French audience, and I definitely appreciate Eddie. Thank you for all the listening that you do. As always, remember to keep it not funny.